All right. Well, a couple things before we do get started. If you know someone who wants to play one of my games, send them my way. I'd love to talk to them about getting into either the waitlist for a campaign slot or getting into a one-shot. We will be doing some one-shots. Those will be announced first over at the Patreon, which is patreon.com/GMEric, and then later in the Discord, and then out on the social medias. We also have the GM tip videos and archives over on YouTube. We also now have campaign podcasts available on YouTube. So if you want to go listen to an entire campaign, the playlist for the podcasts are up there, completely available for you guys to listen on YouTube. Those will be hitting other platforms soon, so look for those. We also have the clip contest in Discord. Put your clips and timestamps in the clip contest channel in Discord. You'll be automatically entered to win a prize at the end of the month. We have the reference site over at toivoarpg.com, which has hundreds of articles for you guys. Lastly, we have 2 products currently featured on the website. The Kawaii's Kon-Tiki floating barge bottle openers. Those are available right on the front page, as well as the Vagradan Edition t-shirt. Because the Spirit Sun Fellowship finished their campaign this past week, after 134 episodes, they finally defeated the dragon Vagradan, and did so with one shot. And that t-shirt is available currently on the website right on the front page, so go check that out. That is a special edition logo. All right, but we're going to go ahead and get you guys started. Generally, will likely be here late. He's probably just asleep, so hopefully he joins us here soon. I have sent him a message and have not heard back. All right, but you guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Most recently, you are way out here in the land of Shu, in the town of Lost Moor, where you have returned to after having exited the Acrian Ridge Mountains in Shu, and have done so after collecting a bounding shard from the crashed Sky Island. You did so at the behest of a woman named Zalfriora, who sent you there in order to collect the bounding shard and help her raise a Sky Island back into the air. Last week, you guys were discussing plans and furtherance of the plot to recover these Sky Shards, and have been told about another location that you need to investigate called Veilzir. You've got 4 leads that might lead to the location of Veilzir, and have a variety of items and loot to explore in your bags. During this time, Mordrax, the disgusting little kobold, has disappeared. He's wandered off with a little goodbye letter. Very cute and heartfelt. The kobold has gone off to explore the outside. Zalfriora has introduced you to an associate who she has called Nero, who provided her with some of the information as far as the leads go, and he has made his presence known. We find you guys currently at Dr. Doji's hut, taking a bit of a relaxation. What would you guys like to do?
First off, Dr. Doji's hut sounds like some sort of place you should go get like a...
It's actually a
Retail.
stone building, I think.
Correct.
It's a house.
So, we ended the last session with Luminostra wandering off to do a scrying in secret on Merlot, and Merlot's fate has been determined. He apparently is fangirling about the party and telling people how wonderful you guys are. The legends are starting.
Indeed, and she is watching the entire 10-minute unfold of the scry, and as he ends the scry session ends with him plucking out the harpy egg and placing it on the table and say, hey, look at that, Lawson, egg, and that she just face palms as hard as you can imagine, pretty much the hand coming out of the back of her head type of face palm. and she the quiet exasperation's little scream that she gives it herself. She picks up her quadrant and everything else as he goes back to normal size and stuff, and she gives herself a few moments to calm down and think about what she just witnessed, figuring out that actually he's alive, and that he's telling people about us. She doesn't know where he is. She doesn't know who Lawson is. But she's part of is kind of happy that he is alive. It's like, oh, he didn't actually die.
Yeah.
So she kind of turns around after kind of taking a moment for herself to kind of think over everything, and she muddles what to do with it. Part of her quietly wants to tell me here where Merlot is, but she knows that would be a horrible thing to do. So she kind of looks back at the house in the kind of as it's turning dark. I don't know what time it is, and she makes herself back. She kind of walks back. No, not walks back. She flies back towards the house and enters the room again where everybody is, as everybody was wondering where she was.
So Luminostra walks into the house. What would you guys like to do?
Indeed, it's like I assume that everybody's looking at her because if people's like were introductions and say, "Oh, where is your fairy friend?" and
Mm-hmm.
Lumi's just like, "Huh?
Oh, there
What?
she is.
Oh,
The
hi.
Bree-
I'm
yeah.
here."
Breezy, just took a bath. She's probably wrapped up in some towels. She's pretty cozy. Is there a fire in this little
Yes.
hut? So yeah, she's sitting by the fire, like just like a little burrito. She's probably nodding off at this point because it's been a long couple weeks. So yeah, she is trying to get out her book, and she's using Mage Hand to write in her book. She's starting to document everything that she saw in Akru and all that stuff. But she's just kind of like starting to nod off.
I guess Nero would probably look over. Go ahead, Tom.
I was just gonna say Tomo is like sitting on the roof, just
Okay.
sharpening his blades.
Feeling the wind in his hair. His
Yeah,
fur.
he'll probably spend all night out there.
Nature boy.
Lumi would have probably eventually kind of come to you at some point, Tomo, but we can do that later. Let's just go through everybody. What else were you up to?
Deus is, for the most part, he'll probably be sitting by the fire or sitting over a table with papers and his journal kind of sprawled out, just going over his notes and everything that's happened. And then eventually, he'll close his materials and kind of everything, and he'll step outside. And he will roll up a cigarette and just sit on the porch of the house and just sit there and watch the sun fall.
I don't know.
I guess at some point Nero would probably walk up to Lumi and be like, "So, are you friends? These friends of yours?"
Friends of what? Who? What? She looks at you, just like, what? Friends of who?
The fine folk that are here in Dr. Doji's hut.
She's like, yeah, of course. We have been adventuring for a while together now. Yeah, I suppose I am.
Well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nero.
Well, pleasure to meet you, Nero. You may call me Lumi.
Good to meet you. So yeah, I guess I'm going to be joining you guys
It seems so.
in some future adventures.
You were. well-connected men, aren't you?
Sure.
Can see that being a very useful for us, especially in our endeavor. But
I have my connections. Yeah.
but why?
What do you mean why?
Why are you doing this?
I need the money.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah, pretty much. I have
Alright.
family members that I need to take care of, and money talks and bullshit walks.
And she's going to she's kind of list is can I roll insight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she rolls insight to kind of 11. She's kind of listening to you, unless
He seems sincere.
yeah,
Mhm.
she's just like, okay, well, that is easier, I suppose. Easier to understand than some other reasons. And she kind of stops herself from continuing the sentence. And how long have you known Zalfriara?
That's a question for Eric. How long have I known Zalfriora?
Better part of 3 years.
Oh wow.
For roughly about 3 years.
Got one job on
Oh.
this ship.
Indeed. Oh, you know her longer than we have. I think we met her probably about 3 to 4 weeks ago.
Hmm.
What do you?
Yeah, I've been in
What's your-
Lostmore for a while.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, we didn't see you last.
Well, there's a reason for that, but we can talk about that another.
And she stops and kind of wonders. You see it. She kind of pondering, like asking a question. So, what is your measure of the woman?
She's trustworthy. She seems very genuine.
I think she's
Beyond
pretty
that,
tall.
Pardon,
yeah,
Bree?
she's definitely tall. She's
I think she's
definitely
pretty
pretty tall.
I agree. Huh. All right. Then that's fine. Just interested to know what you thought.
What's your measure of the woman? She's tall.
Well, yeah. I meant more of an personality perspective. That was my intent. Was your measure?
Breezy gave a more Drax answer.
Yeah, she is. She's well, somebody has to be more Drax, or at least bring the more Drax into the party, even if it's a modicum of a small bit. But you caught me while
Ow.
I needed to go and I would be interested to learn more about this your group, this House of Flowers of yours. If we are to, it's a bit late. She puts her hand up, but I think everybody just wants to rest. But if we are, I like to understand who we're up against, especially this orchid person, whatever their name is.
Mm-hmm. Lyra. Yeah, we can talk about her later. If you'd like.
Lorkid.
Yeah, what was her name again?
Lorkid.
Lyra.
Blorkid.
Or as Miss Breezy likes to call her, Blorkid.
Blorkid. Yeah. Okay. But I wanted to I was about to get out. But and she kind of feels a bit awkward, just like I'll talk to you in a minute, suppose.
Absolutely. Please don't let me stop you from doing whatever it was you were intending on doing.
Yeah, no. So she kind of leaves the house and then she looks around. She sees, I suppose, Dill's having a smoke outside.
Yeah, sorry, hold on.
Yeah. She
Yes, Dave is outside. It's on the porch.
yeah, she kind of nods at you, looking at you, and just like, Dils, I suppose this is better time than any, but we should have a chat. I may have took the liberty when, and she kind of looks around. She gets a little bit closer to you, and then lands on the like on the railing on the porch, kind of to kind of get close to you to kind of whisper what she's saying. She's like, I think I know where he is, but I don't know the place. You know, him.
Deus is his eyes are forward, but he's like fully listening and he's fully taking in this entire conversation. And he just takes a slow drag of his cigarettes and just exhales, nods.
I don't
There
think.
is much
Yeah.
to do.
Yes. I don't think he's alone. I mean, not that he has some help, but there was something else where he is right now. I didn't see him specifically, but let me explain. I when what happened to you, you know, the incident where you were and she kind of moves her hands like, you know, cut down.
Deus nods. He
I
understands.
I I thought, you know, perfect time to experiment. And since we have, you know, you're kind of, you know, there's more one of you, I think, as you said. I took the liberty to scry on you when you were not around. You know, alive. But you're alive. It's a bit confusing. And I got a hit. I mean, I saw him. I mean, he was invisible, but I did see him. Well, at least where he is. It is a very strange place, like top of a mountain or top of some rocky place with some weird machinery and big, 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 big dragon searching for something.
Deus will, as he's listening, he's slowly starting to piece together this location that Lumi is talking about, and then when she brings up the dragon, it's exactly what he hoped it wasn't. He will
I
kill
mean,
his cigarette and then
yeah,
toss the butt on the ground, step on it, and then he'll put his head in his hand, or his hand on his forehead.
yeah. Lumi, she doesn't realize, but she's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I saw it as an opportunity to learn more. You have a unique. You're in a unique. She's trying to apologize to you. You're in a unique kind of position or situation, and you know when you what happened to you happened. I thought, well, you know, we're not gonna learn this any other time, unless we, you know,
There's
hit
no
you
need to
again.
apologize,
And she
but
kind of, okay. Yeah, I was finding it really hard to apologize actually. But yeah, no,
it's, by what you have described, I can only assume there's more to said character. He is far more powerful than me. And as he's saying this, he is pulling out another cigarette now because this
Yeah.
is not what he wanted to have happen. And he's lighting it.
yeah.
He's far more powerful than I am. And if what you have described is true, I have reason to believe he has reached, while not fully accessing it,
Oh, he is.
the Chrononecron.
Oh,
And if there is someone with him, and they are a dragon, that means either he is working with Zorud or he was clever enough to sneak past him undetected.
well,
Either way is dangerous.
he is. He wasn't. He was being careful not to be seen, and he was invisible. So I think you're right on the money. Um, I could show you I can show you a vision of what I saw, if that's any help. It won't be a moving picture. It will be a picture, but today I can't show you a more accurate
Deus will nod and kind of gesture. Please.
And she uses a minor illusion, Eric,
Okay.
to show the chrononacron to him, but with the in obviously I can't. It is a flat 2D image.
Right. So
Basically, a
it just
still
is
of what
an
you saw.
image of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the second time he's seen it because he saw it right after he got rezzed,
I
and now
Yeah.
that this is the second time, whereas last time it was almost as if he was like hypnotized by this lock. Now it's almost like he's like a drill sergeant trying to find something to pick on with the Aaron, and he's just looking at this with like not entirely disgust, but like indifference, as if he knows that he's gonna have to face this thing, but it's not gonna be on his terms most likely. So he's just studying this lock, and he's trying to figure out any symbols, markings, etchings within the lock itself to try to decipher anything.
I'm not able to give the right level of detail that other methods would, if you know what I mean. Perhaps another time I can show you as it transpired.
Deus will just kind of look down with our potential outgoing coming up for Reston. I believe after we are done with our lead there, and I cannot believe that this is the truth now, but I have a deal with the mayor, and I think I can cash it in. I believe Nausha would be the best place for us after we have finished our lead. The mayor there, I have made bargains with.
I understand. Well, I mean, and she dissipates the image. I mean, that's all really I needed to show it to you. I will when I will show you the full vision later. But that's what I saw.
Deus will go ahead and finish his cigarette, and then he'll look back out towards the horizon.
Oh.
Luminostra,
Yeah.
I appreciate all you're doing to assist me in finding a method to fix or attempt to fix this madness, but there is a very real possibility that nothing goes to plan in my mind. I get dear that I can fix things. There is no concrete evidence behind it. I am betting upon a guess. If I were to reach the Chrononecrum, it is not guaranteed that I will fix the timelines. If anything, I could very well destroy and erase everything from time or anyone from time. So while I appreciate your assistance, when the time ultimately comes and I can reach the Chrononecrum and access it, I think it would be best and safest if I did it alone.
I understand.
And then he'll
the last thing
toss
I
his
wanted
cigarette
to
butt.
do is get in your way. Well, until then, as I said before, you have my help. And all of our help, so she kind of looks back at the house. still kind of remains silent for a bit.
Yeah, Dave's just staring out of the horizon.
Oh, yeah. Merlot's alive, by the way. I should tell this to
Well-
Tomo. He really was interested to know this, and it's just kind of as about to kind of leap off the
Tomo
rail.
lands right in front of you guys.
You will
Been
listen.
listening to the whole thing.
Oh,
Merlot's
there
alive?
you are. Yes, he is alive. And very well.
Tomo just closes his eyes and takes a big sigh. Oh, that is good.
Yeah, he is alive.
But you are sure it is our Merlot? It is not someone
well-
who looks similar, or perhaps another member of the Rendasha family.
No, it was definitely the silver-haired Merlot with his tattoos, and she looks around. He had the egg, and she puts her hand in the face and the forehead, just like he had the egg. He still has the egg. I don't know how that thing survived everything we've been through. Well, everything he possibly been through, but he has the egg still. He was talking to some like lizard guy. I don't know. What they call those dragon people? The humanoid ones.
Uh-oh.
So Dragonborns.
Deuce, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Du-du-du. 14.
All right, so with a 14, Deuce Strom, a shiver of fear washes over you.
Oh no.
Please roll your history check.
Oh, I'm actually kind of good at these. 26.
Ooh, that's good.
Deuce Strom, as a player, are you familiar with the lore that I've established for the Dragonborn?
Not entirely.
No?
if I'm
Okay.
being completely
Then I'm
honest.
going to send you a message. We can continue role playing because this is going to be extensive.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
Deuce, you get a shiver of fear down your spine as you are now frightened of this situation.
Can I? Lumi's a little bit distracted. Should I? It's like my. Should I would ever notice that?
Deuce, how well do you hide your fear normally?
Are you trying to hide it?
It's not so much that Deus hides his fear, it's that he just has this constant look of crazed lostness in his eyes. So it's like he's always just kind of got like stress lines under his eyes.
It's just like
But
uh,
he will pull out
cigarette.
another cigarette, and his hand is shaking.
just like Lumi like kind of catches that. She looks at you and it's looking at Tomo, and Tomo's obviously eager probably to learn how he is. It's like, yeah, he was Dragonborn, and she looks at Tomo. I never like, I don't know, was there like a red, like almost pinkish looking one in some tavern or something? It was he was very fond of our adventures and telling the Dragonborn everything about us. I mean, everything. In a very bartender flamboyant way.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I was hoping, and then that it's like, I'm kind of obviously bring the fact that Gay, he's alive, and she does a little arms up. He's alive, but after all of that we discussed, and this whole business with this the house of flowers, I don't want the knowledge about what we did and what we are doing for them to get wind of what we're up to. So I was hoping that if I were to show you, if I were to ask you, Deus, whether you could, I don't know, send him a sending and say, hey, nice to see you alive and well. You need to stop talking about us. Be nice to see you someday. Or something. I don't know what you would say. And to kind of, I mean, yeah.
That makes sense, Deuce?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So Lumi's asking you to do a sending to Merlot to get him to stop talking.
I wouldn't.
Deus will
Yeah.
just look at Lumi. While I recognize your concern, and
Yes.
it is not unfounded, that is something that will have to wait until at least the morning.
Yeah. No.
But rest assured, I
That's
will
fine.
contact him. Deus will kind of go back, kind of give like a glance to Tomo, kind of just like, this is weird that he's. But at the same time, Deus will speak out. From what Merlot knows, how much does he know?
I mean,
He knows not who I really am.
no. Oh.
He
Yeah.
knows
No.
not.
He would have no idea of that. He knew as much
He
as when we
knows.
got to the Oblex.
He
Which
knows
honestly
nothing.
isn't that much.
Moseleth, he knew nothing of Orthrixien. He knew of the Archivist, and the main central power conduit that we shut down.
He
Beyond
knows
that,
about. Yeah.
he knows about the canals and districts where people live, but
Lumi
the
shaking
only
her
major
head.
discovery we made with him was the power conduit and the Archivist.
No. He knows about the bounding shot, and he knows, and he was talking about our mission to raise a sky island. How many groups in Toivoid do you think are trying to do that right now? Either way, we can't do anything about it now. As you said, tomorrow is the only time you can do something about it. I just think it would be wise for us to say, why didn't you reach out to us? By the way, please, don't tell people about us. Be nice to see you someday. And hope that he can, I'm sure it'll be fine. She stops.
Well, he probably relishes the drama of us not knowing, so.
Oh, yeah, I thought that might be the case. He's healthy, he's very well, he was happy, he was enjoying himself. And still carrying the egg. I can't believe, I mean, how adorable are harpy eggs, please. Oh my god. Why there are not more of them around?
Deus gives it a second of thought and then not towards me. I will do what I can. I will contact him in the morning and make him aware of his actions.
Yeah, that will be fine. I will be, I think we're all gonna rest much easier. I mean, we are already, I suppose, finally out of that crazy city, and, you know, the thought we have lost is not lost at all, it's alive. We should be a moment of rejoice.
Oh no, I kind of liked it in there.
Oh, what? What do you mean you liked it in there?
I like caves, you know. I like that
I
feeling
mean,
of
figures.
enclosure.
Yeah, but you want the sludge was kind of stinky.
I'm not saying it was perfect. I'm not going that far, but I'm saying, you know, it really wasn't as bad as people make
Hey,
it out to be.
we did meet more Drax. Shame he
Yeah.
had to leave.
It did turn me into whatever I am now. But you know, it felt oddly comfortable in there.
Well, you're easy to clean now.
Am I?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think so.
I'm not entirely sure what happens if I get wet. It hasn't happened yet.
Good point, actually. Well, good thing that Breezy. I don't think she has any spells. Any. She's not able to summon more water today, so we're probably not
She
gonna find out today.
She is absolutely capable of doing that.
She is okay. The Lumi doesn't know that. She said, "I don't think. I think she summoned as much water she could today. I'm not sure whether she could do it again."
But right now, she's because I think all you guys are standing outside. Breezy is still by the fire, still burritoed up on a couch or something. She looks really comfortable.
Yeah.
We could probably lend the rust off anyway, but you know, I guess we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. But either of you, Lumi stops for a little bit and it's like, "No, I'll do that another day." It's just like I thought perhaps I could show a minor illusion of Merlot and where he is right now, but it's probably not important. She kind of stretches arms. Getting late. Should we rest?
You know, we probably should. To be fair, my resting is a little bit more interesting these days.
Oh, how so?
Well, I don't sleep anymore.
At all?
No.
Hey, you did say it before, but how is it? What do you do then?
I just kind of, I guess, how do I describe this? I go into rest mode.
Beep boop.
That is interesting.
I just kind of, power down my eyes and just kind of. How do you even describe it? It's kind of, I guess, stand here doing nothing. But I can still actually see and hear everything like I normally would be. I just, I'm in rest mode.
Yeah, I can't say I understand, but I hope it's pleasant.
There's worse things. I mean, I get to sit here with my own thoughts for 6 hours and do nothing.
Oof.
Drink coffee.
No, I can't do that. I literally have to be inactive and motionless. So I literally sit there in my own thoughts, just watching and listening.
So Nero has joined us now. Hello.
Nero's. I'm just eavesdropping.
Yeah, I know you are. I know you would be. But not. Yeah, I understand, Jimmy.
It just be like that, we'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's a good thing, a bad thing, a neutral thing. We're gonna have to figure it out. It was kind of weird the first night, to be fair. Like just sitting here being conscious but not doing anything.
Yeah, I haven't considered that. Just.
So do you need to like recharge?
All day.
What do you mean recharge? I'm not battery powered.
Oh, well, I mean, if you don't eat and you don't have to drink and you don't have to sleep, something tells me that you gotta have some source of energy or power or something.
I don't have to sleep, but I have to remain here relaxing. I think that my systems might reset or something. I'm really not sure. All I know is that if I sit here for 6 hours and just stare into this in oblivion, I'll wake up or my energy is restored.
So does somebody need to watch you while this is being done?
No, I can see perfectly and hear.
Interesting.
Eric, there were only two people that witnessed Jimmy's transformation. Obviously, there was Breezy who used a monocle, and so did Lumi. Did you use the monocle as well? So 3 people. Did that when we looked at him getting transformed, did we see anything that we would say there would be a core, like like an elemental creature has an elemental core? Does Jimmy has a core?
Yes, there's a core in there.
Not
The
even
Seshia's
look
light.
like.
Can never remove Seshia's
You're
light.
giving him ideas to look at his face.
That's it.
What do you mean giving?
I
Understanding
know.
ideas.
Yeah. So what does he look like? What did he look like?
It looks like a small metal ball.
Okay.
Just a
Davis will
chrome ball.
pull out the dead arcane core and kind
Like
of roll it onto
depleted
the table.
uranium metal ball?
More like
235.
non-depleted uranium.
Oh.
Great. All our
This thing still
heads
got
are
some
gonna
shelf
fall.
life on it.
Do you guys know how Voyager, the space probe, still stays powered 50, 60 years
Yeah.
later?
Yeah,
Radioactive.
Lives.
Beautiful.
Great.
Nobody opens Jimmy, please.
Yeah.
Warforged also have no. Well, I mean, no,
I bet-
up to Ivoa, the normal ones they have no known like lifespan type of thing.
Right.
Like they could, no one's seen
Yeah.
the end of their life.
Right.
Yeah, but Lumi would have kind of pointed at your chassis, Jimmy, and said, I remember. I think there's your core is around here. It's a little, I don't know, like a. And as you pull out the arcane core, did it look the same, Eric?
They look similar. They're slightly different.
It's like,
They're from
yeah.
different locations.
Makes
So-
sense. It's like, yeah, like that, but it's kind of around here, and she points on your like wherever the location is in your body, Jimmy. At least it looked like it. It's like that one that Dos is holding. Tomorrow will be interesting. We get to plan and decide what we're gonna do.
I was muted for that. Jim really goes, I don't even know what's in my body. This responds like normal, feels like normal. Besides, being way bigger and the not eating, sleeping, drinking, or breathing thing.
Hey, you could meet the blacksmith tomorrow. Go back and do your training.
I was actually
You
planning
want-
on talking to him tomorrow for staying here.
Oh, okay, that's good. Kind of Lumi kind of stretches again and stuff. I'm gonna go back inside. I'm gonna go get ready to rest.
Tomo's gonna say, "Good night, everybody. I'm going to go enter rest mode." He will jump back up onto the roof.
Are you doing the beep boop? No.
You hear him go like, he makes some like 80s music sound in his beeps before his eyes kind of shut off. He put himself in a corner first so he doesn't have to look behind him.
Nobody
Yeah.
puts Jimmy in the corner.
Yep. Just for Nero just posted a picture of the death core in a private chat. It's like, I hope it's not that. The demon core, if you guys all know about history.
Yes,
Anyway,
I'm very
digress.
familiar with that.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to do before going to bed? I know that Tomo's entering rest mode. Jimmerly's entering rest mode. Nero, anything?
I'll probably just kind of like watch some of the folks be like the last one to fall asleep kind of thing.
Okay.
And
Yeah, Lumi would have. She will definitely kind of summon Gallifrey. She will set up her kind of bedroll where, like in a bookshelf somewhere where she did before, or etc. And she will enter her sanctum before she starts a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're going to enter the sanctum. We will
Yep.
get to that. Deuce, is there anything else you wanted to do?
No, I need to change my prepared spells to do
Okay.
what I need to do. So I will take the long rest.
Breezy, anything you want to do?
He's already out like a light, so
Okay. So Luminostra will enter the sanctum.
Indeed. How is it looking?
Disheveled, as usual.
And it's just like, I really ought to spend more time here tidying up. And she's finally, it's like, oh God, actually, she's finally feeling the weight of all of this adventuring. It's just like she drops a bag and stuff in the floor and just kind of walks towards the bed and then plonks herself head first in the bed. But
It's
then
comfortable.
it is, and she kind of almost, she's getting to a point that almost kind of falling asleep, but she kind of stands up, looks around, and looks at the crystal to see if there's any movement or anything.
The crystal's currently covered.
Covered. She doesn't remember covering the crystal herself.
Right.
Oh. She finds that odd.
She should.
But she looks around. She tries to hear any sounds in the sanctum or anything.
The sound of your candles. It's quiet. You can hear Deuce Strom snoring outside.
Yeah.
But
well,
it's quiet.
She will kind of do a once round, walk around just to see. Look around, look outside in the crystal glass to
Sure.
see what people are doing, and is describe what you already described, I suppose.
Yeah.
She will go upstairs to see if everything's still in place.
Everything's in place.
She remembers what she needed to do as well, so she climbs to the second floor, goes to the chest, opening the chest again.
Okay. You see the variety of small alcoves in there, and one that matches a butterfly.
And she will pick up the box out of her pocket, out of a pouch, and she will place the butterfly where it's meant to go.
Okay. As it settles down into that spot, it fits perfectly, like a glove. And the butterfly animates for a moment. The wings flutter, as if settling down into the space.
She puts the box in a corner of the chest. There's nothing else inside the box that the thing was in, I suppose. But she kind of keeps the box in there. And then she closes the chest and does the puzzle lock again.
Okay.
And then she kind of gets up and kind of sighs and kind of walks down towards the crystal and kind of wondering, and she kind of pondering whether she would lift the cover or not. For a moment, she stands. She looks at the bed, looks at the crystal, and she pulls the cover of the crystal.
Okay.
See if there's any movement or anything on it.
You see movement in the crystal itself.
Oh.
It's hard to make out what, but something's moving on the other side of it.
Is she able to kind of
roll perception check?
Yeah, it's a perception check. Perception roll. Yeah, not bad. 19.
With a 19, you can make out that someone is writing in a journal. You can't see their face nor their hands, but it's definitely looks like a male figure.
She will watch us. Is she able to decipher what's being written?
No, not from this angle. No.
She waits. See if there's any more. How long do they do that?
They'll do that for a good 10 minutes. Before closing the book, putting the quill in an ink pot, and then disappearing into the shadows. There's a light source behind your point of view.
They're exiting your room, I suppose. But the sensor is still in the room?
Yes.
So they left. She's thinking to herself, they left whatever they used to communicate with me in the room. Okay. She will put the cover back on. And
Reason, you've been granted inspiration.
and she's going to go and sort herself out and go to sleep.
Okay.
Actually, she will leave the sanctum.
All right. Going to leave
Obviously.
the sanctum instead of falling asleep in there. Okay.
Yeah, and she will do that.
All right. And you left the crystal uncovered, correct?
Covered.
It is covered or not?
It is covered.
Very well.
It was covered when she arrived. Why
Okay.
would she uncover it?
Cool. Awesome. So,
Mhm.
you guys will gain the benefits of a long rest. And Breezy, you were granted inspiration. I know you already have it. So would you like to pass your existing one to someone else?
I will give it to.
Deus and Tomo do not
Dave.
have it right now.
Yeah, I will give it to Deus.
Okay. And we will give you a refill from Nerdhalla.
There was
Thank you.
something I wanted to do,
Yes.
but I didn't want it to kind of turn into a huge thing.
Sure, what's that?
I wanted to cast Dream and talk to Zalfriora, but all that Lumi will do in that dream is show Zalfriora all of the locations that they visit while they were in Akru. She won't show what happened. She shows all the locations of Akru.
So you're going to cast
To
Dream
Zalfriora.
on Zalfriora.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Pulling up Dream again.
Yep. Is she immune to sleep?
No, she's not immune to sleeping.
Then the dream will work. There's no saving throw.
Yes, there is. There's absolutely a wisdom saving throw.
No, there isn't. The saving throw is only if I give her a nightmare, not
Okay.
if I just give her a dream.
Interesting. So,
And I'm not giving her a nightmare.
well, that depends on your perspective, right? So you're
No,
not trying to scare her?
No, of course not.
Okay. All right. So what did you tell Zalfriora?
She would have told us, like, I think this was the easiest way for me to show you what we've seen and what we witnessed. I don't do this lightly, obviously. I don't wish to, I don't invade people's dreams for no reason. But I think that was important. I needed you to see what we saw. And she will show her the path and the kind of fairly quickly, but she will show all of the areas that we visited in Nakru. From the cave system where the Felforged golem was at, with the 5 dead sky people's bodies, to the Earth location where all of these those little Earth guys were at.
So you just go through the whole thing?
Yeah, go through the whole thing and show her the inner cities, the bounding shard room, the palace wind, all of the kind of kobold caves and the crystal caves. I show her Zorath and his ship is still there. She shows him the seat of power. She shows her. The only person that she shows is Otrixion in how he looks like now. And then the trading district, the foundry, and the place where we escaped with all the bullets and everything else.
Okay.
I just thought that she needed all of this information. It's like at the end, she says, right at the end, she says, this opening is what worries me the most. The power is off. We can turn it back on, but it means that somebody needs to go back in, get to where Janet is, and turn on the power again. And we need to find a way of closing the entrance or the exit that we made. That's what she tells him.
Okay.
And that would be it.
Cool. All right. And you guys will all gain the benefit of a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Waking up in the morning. A wonderful day.
Beautiful.
Awake mode activate. Beep beep beep.
Fax machine going off.
Yeah. He just comes out of his mouth and he goes, letter from Mr. Deuce? Got a letter from Mr. Deuce? Hi, Hector. I don't have a letter for you, buddy.
Sorry, I
Breeze.
did not realize that. I was muted.
Uh,
I heard my name. Sorry.
I was making a joke.
Oh, sorry.
That's all good, buddy.
Breezy is up early, and she is comparing the crystals, all the crystals, the various kinds of crystals they got from Akru, and she's trying to compare them to the crystals on the bottom of the boat to see if there's any that match. And if they are, she's going to try to. Well, she's going to look at them and try to do experiments to see if she can try to either replicate or extend the boat's fuel life.
The crystals are of a completely different mineral.
Okay. Because I know I have a bunch of different crystals.
Yeah. They were not manufacturing these in Akru.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
I think they're natural, Lumi says. I don't.
Well, then,
But isn't it the same sort of material that? Is it the same sort of material as the bounding shot?
No.
Breezy, then, after that, is going to go to various places around the town because she knows that the people here are descendants from Akru.
Yes.
And she's hoping that maybe some sort of oral history or some sort of knowledge about how that stuff worked and may have survived. So she's just going to be asking around to see if there's any stories or legends about how this technology worked. Worth a shot.
Yeah. You're going to have a hard time finding that in here. Let me roll a history check just real quick. We're just going to
Sure
see
thing.
here. 1d20. With an 18, okay, you will find a individual who has heard rumors of how these were made. These were collected from a variety of quarries on the ground and then infused with dragon's breath from a blue dragon in order to rise into the air.
Crazy.
These are manufactured. They're not necessarily just raw minerals.
Yeah. Well, she figured like she'd have to do something to the
Right.
crystals to make them like that, but so
You
So
would have
these
heard of
crystals-
similar effects in Shatter Shaddai, where you have seen things like these, but on much smaller scales.
so he said they were quarried on the ground and
Yes.
then breathed on by
Yep.
the ground and
The individual would not know where they were coming from.
yeah, that's lost to history.
That's lost to history. But they were ground dweller materials that were then infused and formed flying ships,
Okay.
which is how
Sure.
the ground dwellers assaulted Akru.
Oh man, they should have had that production localized. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. After that, wasn't there a bookstore here?
Very
don't remember if
small
there
one.
was or not.
There's like 20, 30 books.
Yeah, that's where I got the Crimson Throne.
Yep.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll go there because now we have some stuff to trade. I think she's gonna look for any sort of books about well, any sort of topic actually, because we're gonna have time floating through the sky, traveling. So she's looking for something to read.
Okay.
She'll look for any sort of manual about like how to do any sort of craft, anything at this point.
The manuals, there would be there's one called Blood and Bone, Study of the Undying. It's necromantic scholars' findings on the rituals that cheat death.
Oh, wow.
You're looking for actual instruction manuals. There's a Druidic Alchemist journal on blending metal and nature called Iron Root and Ember.
Yeah, an alchemist journal sounds pretty interesting. She'll see if the I forgot the name of the person who owns this store wants to trade for it.
Okay, what are you willing to trade?
Let's see. I have some Sood if they want some Sood.
They're not going to take drugs for a book. No. As you do you offer it first?
I mean, well,
she's naive.
Sood she'll offer because Sood is like a pretty common thing in
Shadow Shaddai, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I think it's regulated, but it's not illegal.
It's legal but regulated. It's a prescription drug. Yeah.
Yeah, but
she'll offer like the Sood if they want that.
They look at you. No, I'm not magically inclined, nor do I wish to be.
Oh, okay. Breezy, reaches into her bag and pulls out a perfectly petrified dragonfly. Look at this.
A petrified dragonfly.
Yeah, it was this. Look at this. This is actually an extinct species. It was around about 1,500 years ago. It settled on an evil tree and it petrified it.
Please roll a persuasion check. As you're going to try to trade a dragonfly fossil for an instruction manual.
It's a very interesting.
What is the instruction manual about anyway?
I don't know. It's like alchemy or something. So, I'm sorry. It was persuasion. Here we go.
Okay, they will trade you the petrified dragon, or trade you the manual for the petrified dragonfly.
Yay! I've had that since I had my Frostbrand. So she's gonna. And so it was. I'm sorry. So it was. Alchemist
guide. Iron
Root and Ember, a guide to Warden alchemy.
Iron Root and Ember, a guide to what alchemy?
Iron Root and Ember. It is on how to mix metal and nature.
It was a guide to Warden alchemy, I think is what he said.
Warden, yes. Not wards but Warden. I actually put it in the chat there for you.
Oh, whoops. I'm so busy typing my notes, I didn't even look.
Warden 14, that was Tomo? Wait, something?
Okay.
Yeah.
And Breezy will take her new book happily back to the others, and once there, she'll start until the others are ready to go. She'll start pulling out her book and start documenting everything that happened. Getting ready for publishing, sorting her thoughts and that kind of stuff. So she's just, she's lying on her stomach and on the floor of Dr. Doji's, her legs kicking in the air. She's writing down her thoughts and the various adventures they went on, and thoughts for future experiments in order to figure out how all this crap works. And that's what she's doing for right now until everyone tells her it's time to go.
Cool. All
right. Deus is going to be in his room for a majority of the morning.
Oh my god.
When he wakes up, he's going to take his hat of finding. And I have a poem written. It's in German, but I'll say it in English after I'm done.
Me.
I'll say it in English after I finish
reading in German, yes.
Yeah, so in English, it's in a deep ocean, hidden for hours, lies a gem with mystical powers. It shines with great power. It shines with great power and shines boldly through the night. My hat grant. Wait, hold on. Is this the right one? Sorry, wrong one. That was like a.
Didn't he recite that and go, "Oops, wrong one"? Because I will absolutely embrace that so hard.
That was an earlier draft. I've been working on trying to get this.
So is that a player fault or is that a character fault in this case?
It's a player fault.
Okay.
I have like 3 of them. I have like I have a Google Doc. I just like trying to find the right poem.
I should have stuck
in a deep ocean, hidden for hours, lies a gem with mystical powers. It gleams with great might, shining bold through the night, a true shining pearl of power.
Ooh.
And then in German, it is in einem tiefen Ozean, stundenlang verborgen, liegt ein Edelstahl mit mystischen Kräften, glänzt mit großer Macht und leuchtet durch die Nacht. Man hört schenken mir ein Perle der Macht.
All right. So. Yep. So out falls a black pearl of power.
Do you mind that I'm keeping a list of all of the poems and stuff that people use? Do you mind pasting it on the chat?
Yes, please put it in Roll20.
Yeah.
In German, so nobody can read it.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Both ways, please.
I'm working on one too, but it's another one of those ones where it'll be an absolute mystery of what I'm even wanting out of the hat.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use it as a future like role play moment for the masses on Jimmy's figuring out who he is.
Yeah. Do you still have the one that you got when you got the Halo? I don't have that one.
I hope so.
If you don't, let me know. I think it will be in the chat. Yeah.
Thankfully, Notepad just keeps your notepads up forever these days.
It does, yeah.
So, want it in Roll20 chat?
Yes, please. I think it was he was a fucking. That's why in the copy. I remember.
I don't make them small. My next one will also be at least 20 to 30 lines.
Yeah, just more work for Eric, I suppose. That's okay.
I like to make it a real good RP moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I agree.
I don't like. I want to use it for character development. Since it's not my hat either.
Oops.
I'll throw it on Discord too, actually.
Once the pearl power comes out of the hat, he's going to start attuning to it.
I do want you to put a note on there that it is a black pearl of power. Because of your rhyme and everything, we're going to go ahead and make that a black one because I have to establish lore behind it.
Black pearl.
It doesn't change how it functions, it's just lore reasons.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I am going
Mortu said gave it to him.
Yeah.
What?
He asked for this from the depths of the sea and from far away. There's a lot of stuff going on where he just took this from. Because this doesn't just appear. Like, this doesn't just appear. This is being transported from somewhere else. So someone just lost a pearl of power.
Somebody doesn't have the key to the little vault where a staff of power resides. They're just like, where the hell is my key?
Give me the black pearl.
Okay. So once the pearl falls out, he's then going to cast Sending. First, he's going to cast Sending on Merlot.
Okay.
And he will reach out and he will say, yeah, okay. I'm honestly surprised we managed to find you. We
Mike muted.
No.
Did he mute?
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, not you. Just
give me 1 minute. Sorry.
He's muted himself.
He was thinking about what words he wanted to fit into this 25-word spell.
No, sorry. Someone came into my room and they were asking me stuff. Sorry about that.
So, what all do you send to Merlot? The person has returned and asked more questions.
Assured. That's 10.
He's writing it down.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Is Days
We are
doing this
all-
in Salfiora's hut or Doji's house or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just pacing. He's
Okay.
just pacing in his room as he's saying all this.
Oh, okay.
Rest assured, the rest of us are all right. That's 17, 18. I've got 7 more. However, perhaps keep stories to yourself. All right? Send.
Ooh. Okay. Merlot's going to get the message and would respond, oops. Telling stories. Just got interrupted. What should I do with the egg?
I knew he was going to ask a question. I'm going to respond. That's why I got the pearl power to get that slot back. So, I will cast sending again on Merlot.
Did you spend the 30 minutes to attune to the Pearl of Power?
I'm attuning. I started attuning to it.
Okay.
Once it's, I'll use the spell slots, and then
Okay.
once it's attuned, I'll get one back.
Understood.
I'm fine with that. I'll send back. What you choose to do with your treasure is up to you. That's 10. Whether you choose to keep it is up to you.
Okay.
Godspeed und stay safe always. Send. That's 25.
Thanks. Selling it now.
All right, and then I'm gonna cast sending one more time.
Yeah.
And this may not work. I'm gonna cast sending on Mortu said.
You're going to cast sending on Mort's Used.
Or at least attempt to.
All right. I have to go look this up. Sending on Mort's Used. All right. Cool. All right. Go ahead.
You know whose this is. I know not what your intentions are. If you have the principles we started with, you should see me. Send.
Can I get you to type that out if you still have it? Otherwise, I'm just going to respond.
Yeah,
I'll
try to type it out.
Oh, good. Because I believe the response would be, I see you.
I was expecting this response to be, get wrecked, mate.
I see you. Our paths are different. Maybe we can hold hands in the future. Find Tyronius. He's to blame.
Hmm?
Deus will. He's gonna look puzzled. Tyronius? The klutz from the bar? What name does he have anything to do with this? He'll just shake his head, thinking, obviously he's thinking about what Mark just said, but at the same time, he's like,
I mean, it's probably a different Tyronius. There's lots of Tyronius in Toiva, probably.
Yeah, but not
And
ones that
once
he
that's all
would be
set-
blaming.
yeah. So yeah, then once all that's done, he'll kind of tidy himself up, put his hat back on, and then head out. Wait for everyone else to be ready to go.
Okay. Cool. Great. So, as you guys wake up, what would you like to do today?
Jimroy is going to the blacksmith.
Jimmerly is going to the blacksmith. Awesome. So
Yeah,
you go
I
visit
typed
the
that up
blacksmith.
earlier.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
left
gonna
the
work.
screen. What the hell? Get down here, bud. There he is. As you walk in, he looks at you. Project.
Hello again.
Again.
Yeah, I'm the guy who traded you a dragon tooth for blacksmithing lessons.
Well, isn't this something? And he comes up to you with a hammer. Fine craftsmanship. Where did you find this suit of armor?
I am the suit of armor.
His eyes go wide at you. No. You didn't do this willingly.
Well, it was either this or I was going to die.
I would have chosen death. Do you understand what you've done?
Not really, no, to be honest with you.
You become a subject of metal. You're corrupted. You're no longer truly living. You're an abomination of metal and the arcane. No longer something to be forged or developed. But you can't grow any further. Of course, you're rather tall, so perhaps you don't need to.
I mean, I wasn't even half this height before. I wasn't quite ready to die yet, though, so, I guess, in the words of my old friend, I took a gamble. I was either going to die or not die. Well, I mean, I was going to die regardless, but, at least this way I can continue on with my friends and experience the world before whatever happens. They'll probably get me killed, to be fair, but,
You feel this, and he dinks you with a hammer.
Ow, what'd you do that for?
Interesting. So you can sense sensations through the metal of your skin. How about this? And he reaches over and grabs a big poker from the coal forge and brandishes it towards you.
If you touch me with that, I'm gonna beat you with my hammer. That's gonna hurt like hell.
So you have fear. Interesting.
Of course I do. I'm just the same as I was before. On the inside. Wait, probably not actually, thinking about this. But
On the inside? What do you mean?
Well, there's no... I don't bleed anymore. I just kind of dent. And,
You do not
I feel
bleed?
my fingers...
What happens if you are cut?
I get... It just rends the metal a bit. Maybe some liquid might come out. I'm really...
Should we experiment?
I'd rather not. I came here to do some blacksmithing.
Oh, business.
I mean,
Fine.
I mean, let me. Okay. Here we go. Once we're done helping Zelfiora, I'll let you tinker a little bit since you've helped me a lot.
So that sounds interesting. What do you want to learn?
I just want to practice my blacksmith thing. I was just gonna go do whatever kind of menial work you needed, like horseshoes made or nails. Just
you
that kind
do
of stuff.
understand. You understand the basics. Fine. Here, take this iron rod. I want you to thin it out into a wire, and I need 1,000 nails made and headed by the end of the day.
All right, sir. I mean, you're the one who taught me how to do this to begin with, so the basics are still where I'm at. And Jimmy grabs the rod, and he looks through the. I'm sure he has multiple hammers listed out because different hammers, different jobs.
Yep.
And he goes and he finds a smaller kind of less like not like a maul, but it's like a nice smaller hammer. And he kind of looks through them. And he grabs that one. And he goes over and starts getting to work.
Okay. You guys have never seen this done. It's actually really fascinating, and it is how they teach people how to blacksmith, is by doing thousands of nails.
I have seen nails made blacksmithing, but not quite like to that level.
It's quite entertaining, and I've done it. It's not hard. It's a exercise to build up arm muscles and learn hammer control.
So I will roll my d20. I think I had 2 successes previously, which we calculated to a 20 out of 70, if I remember right, for
Yes,
our
sir.
crafting.
That's right.
Yep.
All right, so I'm roll my d20 here. It's just flat d20, right? Remember right
Yes, sir.
correctly. All right, I get 5. Woohoo!
Cool.
No, I don't have any. I don't have anything else I can enchant, so I'm kind of stalled.
I am going
Cool,
to be
5.
sharing a nail making video with you guys in the Discord. So it's actually really interesting.
So does Jimmy
You're-
have 15 or 25 total?
I should have 25 now.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm just tracking it.
Yeah, no, I know you did.
Yep, I appreciate everyone tracking these things. There you go, sir. Cool. All right, so we are going to go down the list left to right here. Breezy, what are you doing this morning?
Well, you know what? She's not going to read her book because she's saving that for the trip. So she is, you know what? She's going to start practicing with the chainsword.
She's going to practice with the chainsword.
Yeah, she's not
Outside,
proficient with
hopefully.
it. So just behind Doji's, it's all peaceful and quiet. Then all of a sudden you hear as she's
As it echoes down
swinging
the
this thing
ravine.
around. Oh, she probably realizes you can cut wood with this thing, so she's gonna start doing that.
Okay, she's going to go cut wood. Awesome.
And and also practice, but that's how she's practicing.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, let's
Someone
see
was
here.
just out walking the streets of Lost War right now and just hears that from a distance and just goes, "Be careful, Breezy."
On an at one, you will injure yourself. Please go ahead.
Let's see. It's just 1d20, right?
Right? Yep. Cool.
Hey!
We're moving forward. So put 15 points towards the proficiency. That's what you guys asked for with the crafting system, right?
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
I think so. I forgot. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I still gotta make my super duper archive super learning feat that I still haven't done. I've been putting it off for like 4 months. No,
Longer.
not that long.
You'll be level 20 before you get that feed done. We will kill a Trixie before you get that done.
Lord. It's 15 out of 70, I think is what we said.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's
All
right.
I've got it in,
All right.
in the Bunny Fallen Skies tracker if you wanted to look at it.
I wrote it down right here. All right, so okay, and that's what she's doing. She probably needs tools and stuff to really start, investigating all the junk we have, so she's not gonna do that right now. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. All right. Deuce is busy sending messages out. Anything else you would be doing this morning, Deuce?
The only enchanter was the harpy. She's gone, so no.
Okay. Jimmerly's blacksmithing all day. Lumi?
Lumi will. She would have. I'm wondering. She will go and spend the morning kind of just chilling. She's gonna go fly around and check the status of the skiff, how is the work has been done on it, who is doing the work, and what they're doing to it. Has been any updates on it?
Yep, they've got the bowsprits all set up, and they are currently sewing sails for it.
And okay, well, she thinks yep, that's fair enough. And then I think eventually she is just like she wait for kind of midday and stuff, but she'll eventually go and find Zalfriora and wait for the others to join them until we have a chat. Unless Zalfriora wants to talk to Lumi, she would just kind of enjoy the quiet.
Zalfriora is going to wait till everyone's there, so she saves her breath.
Yeah, I
Didn't have to repeat herself.
Yeah.
All right, Nero, you're doing some crafting, or what are we doing?
No, he would have been basically just tending Doji's like yard, garden, anything he's got outside, and hearing Breezy with the chainsaw sword, he probably would have looked at her and been like, "Hey, can you put that thing over here and like dig a trench?" And yeah,
dig a trench with a sword. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a chainsaw sword. Why not?
You know what? She's playing with it. Yeah, she'll go ahead and do that.
Oh no. Oh no.
You ever seen a Ditch Witch?
Oh god. Yes, but all right, Breezy, the mess you have created is the equivalent of 10 dogs digging a hole all over your own clothing.
Oh, she could just prestidigitate that off. That's fine.
Magic.
Yeah, she's gonna look at him and just be like, "Why do you need this trench?"
It's just to help some irrigation. Help Dr. Joji out a little bit before we depart.
Oh, are you like a? Oh, you said you were a gardener, right?
Yeah, amongst other things, but yeah, I do my fair share of gardening, and I can do a little bit of alchemy as well.
Oh, well, if you can do alchemy, then maybe you can help me out with this. And she'll go into she'll put the sword, plant it in the ground real fast, and then go inside and come back out with a book.
Is the sword turned off?
It has to be held.
I imagine it has like a trigger or a handle that you squeeze in order to
just like a chainsaw. You let go of it, it shuts off.
I was just picturing that thing digging its way to resting.
It's like a lightsaber, yeah.
Don't get me started on that. That's some of the dumbest thing. You want to destroy start before you just drop the lightsaber, you're done.
Well, those also have a switch to turn off, but like the thing is like, oh, well, why don't you just disable the switch to turn it off forever? Then just drop it perfectly level, like you have to perfectly straight. But anyways, so she'll show him the book, the Warden of, where is it? Yeah, Iron Root and Ember, a guide to Warden alchemy.
Oh,
and she'll just.
Good.
Well, she'll just ask him. Maybe you can. I was reading the summary. Maybe you can help me out with it.
Absolutely. When you get ready to start reading it and studying it, let me know. I can always help you with different questions you might have. That's a pretty interesting read.
Eric, so what is this Warden alchemy stuff? Like, what is it? Like, actually,
that's all you know. You have that.
Okay.
You got an esoteric book. I gave you the stuff.
Well, she'll while she,
for those who are curious, I sent Breezy the first chapter of the book, and yeah, that's all you know.
Yeah. Well, she will get a couple of rocks that have been weathered by rain and wind, so presumably something from like the cliff faces around here. Just a couple of them, just in case it doesn't work out the first time.
Sure.
But she'll put those in her pocket, and then she'll just go back to fooling around.
Cool.
Are you planting any seeds or anything else on the garden, Nero?
Yeah, I'll probably plant a few different various types of seeds and flowers. Probably give him some sort of like some peppers and some tomatoes, and plant an occasional orchid here, some rosemary, some basil, things like
Lumia
that.
will eventually kind of join you, and she's like, "Well, it's been a while since I did this, a long time." And she uses fake craft, druid craft basically, and she starts like opening the seed pods and etc., kind of helping out the plants as you do.
Oh, that's definitely quite useful because now they're germinated and we don't have to worry about tending to them once we leave. They'll just grow on their own.
It's been such a long time I did this. I don't even remember when the last time I did. We used to do this in the Feywild all the time.
It's quite a peaceful thing to do when you get a chance to.
Yeah, she'll spend some time as the trench was dug and everything. She'll stay hell away from that. Oh, she did. She witnessed it from a distance, obviously, and then she joined you. But she will spend the rest of the morning help open the seed pods, and if there's any flowers and stuff, some of them she wouldn't do it like to all of them, but she'd do it to one or two just to see how the flowers look like. She will make the flowers bloom.
You'll see a couple of orchids, usually most of them being in dark purple in nature.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. Tomo, what are you doing this morning?
Tomo is kind of walking the streets of Lost Moor right now, just with his eyes closed and taking in all the smells and whatever he can pick up on the wind. And he finds himself thinking about the time they spent in Nakru down in the darkness, and his mind kind of wanders to the final fight that Tomo participated in with Abe, trying to defend him but losing him in the end. And he finds himself remembering one of the main tenets of the Yokazi way, that the darkness always remains, darkness always returns, and it must be tempered. And he just kind of thinks to himself, I'm still learning, Abe. Still learning. And he's going to try to find... He's got one goal right now, to find painter supplies. He's kind of wandering the streets, seeing if he can find any shops that are like selling any paintings, or if he can like smell some of the pigments or something in the air or anything like that.
Not colors, but you're going to find a calligraphy shop where they have very dense pigmented inks. And they have red, black, and blue.
Okay. Yeah, he'll enter in there and just kind of ask, you have some kind of colored calligraphy kit for sale, or for trade rather.
The woman behind the counter looks at you. Yes. For such... Yes. Do you have the grace to use them? And she's going to pass you a pen, and she's going to put a piece of parchment down, And before she's willing to barter with you, she wants you to demonstrate that you're going to be able to respect the inks. Please roll a sleight of hand or performance check, your choice.
Okay, he'll first he'll say,
You're shooting for a 14.
What's the name of your shop here, ma'am?
Name? No names. The shops here do not need names. We are the calligrapher. My name is Mary.
Fair enough. He will try to write Mary the calligrapher on here.
Okay. Shooting for 14. No sweat. You make a beautiful Mary the calligrapher. She smiles at you. You may keep the brush, and I will allow you to trade for the inks.
Okay, well, I have a piece that I made here myself, actually. And he will pull out the In the Eyes of Anwa painting that he did, the calligraphy painting,
Okay.
which we appraised at 696 gold, but
Yep.
it doesn't really, it's not worth that to him. It's something
Right.
different. So he's going to offer that to her and say, you can keep this in your shop. You can do whatever you like with it. Would this be sufficient for the pigments?
Roll a persuasion check. Let's see where we're at. Yes,
Whoa!
it is very acceptable. She will provide you with 6 bars of pigment, 2 black, 2 red, 2 blue. You will get a small wooden box, the brush, you will get a blotter, some sand, an entire stack of parchment pieces. She hooks you up.
You said black, red, and blue?
Black, red, and blue. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mary.
Yep, because the red is made from the crushed carapace of a beetle that grows on the cactus in the area. And the blue comes from the berries on the cliff walls. The black comes from soot from oil lamps.
If I return here, I will return with a piece painted with these pigments for you.
She smiles. You do what you must, but this painting will sit in a place of honor here for as long as the shop stands.
Well, you honor me with that, Mary. Thank you, and have a good day.
You too, large bugbear.
Yes, do you see many around here?
No, you are the first I have ever seen.
Well, it's the same for me. I've never seen another one, so.
Travel well.
I will. I travel in good company. Thank you, Mary.
Okay.
That's all the time I wanted to do this morning.
Okay. Cool. So, as you guys reconvene, do you reconvene? That's the better question. Do you guys reconvene for lunch or dinner?
Jimmy would probably end up working throughout the whole day until the blacksmith shop closed. So
Okay.
he doesn't, eat.
All right.
Plus he has to make 1,000 nails, so he's not leaving. He's not going anywhere until his task is done.
So
'cause that's,
dinner time.
the kind of person he is. Yeah.
Understood. So, you guys can collect at dinner time. As you guys collect for dinner, Zalfriora has made a dish of fish and rice. It's fried fish on top of a bed of white rice. Come in. I hope you were ready for delicious food.
Always.
I'm gonna eat it. I wouldn't say I'm ready for it, but Who turns down a home cooked meal?
Indeed. So you guys can participate in dinner. Is there anything you wanted to ask her? No?
Jimmy is very much in a wait and see approach. He's kind of feeling all of this out.
Cool.
And he does have some ideas that he's not bringing up yet. So there is things going on in his mind. But he's waiting.
So Nero would look amongst the group and say, amongst the leads we were given yesterday, do any of y'all have any thoughts towards what we should try to do first?
Well, I like simple answers to simple things. It's kind of what I do. I feel like the asylum might be the simplest one, but that one's just me. I know a lot of people have a lot of other ideas on things, and
The merchant Mazrim is closest. I mean, personally, I'd like to go into the desert and look for those ruins, but that might take a long time if we don't know where they are.
Same, but you're right.
But then again, it's in the desert. Blech.
I mean, how far is the desert away from here?
Several
It's
days
actually
to
not
the
too.
south.
Yeah, it's actually not too far. It's the border between Shu and Corlin, which is But then we'd have to go into Corlin, which is always going to be a problematic. But
Indeed.
I did spend a number of time, like half my life in that area. More in the mountains on that range, but I imagine if we took the skiff out and we're up high, it would be a lot easier to find the ruins from above.
Well, assuming they aren't buried underneath the sand.
Oh, they're buried underneath the sand. We're not probably getting to them anyway. To be fair, I'm not. I like digging through rock, not so much sand.
Yeah, sand. It's the ancient. Is it the ancient wastes? I forget what that desert was called.
Desolation.
Desolation.
The desolation. Is it a sandy desert or like a dry
Sandy and rocky.
clay? Sandy and rocky. Okay.
Yep.
It's
Like we might be able to see it, but
I mean, if we can't
Yeah.
see it from above, we're not really gonna be able to see it from the ground either.
well,
Is it-
well, not necessarily. It just depends on where you're standing.
Zalpriora,
Yes.
since you were the
Nom,
ones
nom,
to give us the information about these leads, would you happen to have like an idea on the last known location of the ruins
Unfortunately
we were
not.
supposed to be looking for?
The ruins. Oh, the ruins? The ruins were supposed to be down near Namrat.
Down near Namrat.
Wait, are we talking the ruins?
Wait, no.
Which ruins are we talking about? Because you guys have several things we're looking for. Which ones are you looking for?
The one in the desert, near the Great Desolation.
Okay,
In the
that
Great
one she
Desolation.
does not know. That's one you're going to have to do some research on.
Okay. Would you? Where can I ask where you got this lead from?
From you got it, and you got it from the House of Flowers doing investigations and research. She got these leads information from you. That's why she didn't have it before they went down into Akru.
I got you.
Yeah.
Is there?
Would I know where I got these leads from?
You got it from various contacts in the House of Flowers. So you've heard rumors and stories, etc., different underworld contacts, that sort of thing. You don't have a lot of definite information yet.
Well, being as we don't have a lot of information on the location of the ruins, other than they're in the Great Desolation, it might not be the best place to start off with. Till maybe we can gather some more information. just my thoughts. Maybe
That-
going to see the pirate guy. Maybe we can gather some information about. I mean, I know pirates are stereotypically water based, but rumor mills and everything as they are, we might be able to find some information there.
Well, he's based out of it was Mizrim, is what that city was called.
Yes.
correct.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure he has like a base of operations there, and he's a merchant pirate, so he may be reasonable.
True. Out of character, is Mizrin the name of the guy or the place?
Port
place.
It's the port of Mirzarim. Mirzarim.
Mizrim.
And
Okay,
I think the place is called or the guy is called. Let's see.
Just leave the map up, Eric.
sure.
We
So
will-
this is Mirzarim right here. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the guy's name is Vurum Tall.
Right.
Yeah, Vurum Tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had that back.
The opposite of Jimmy Short.
Let me. She kind of measure. She's kind of waiting until you start talking about this, and it's like, well, we have other problems to deal with first. Supplies. Whether we go through the desolation, whether we go to Mizrin, easier Mizrin, but we need supplies. And as we last found while we were here in Losmore, they were also food is a lot more valuable here than gold. And I don't think there's much to go about. We have depleted our rations. And she says the sanctum is nearly empty. There's just a day or two left there, and she says I still have these 2 rations you gave me, Jimmy, as she places them on the table.
Yeah,
We need
I
to
don't worry
find.
about me and that anymore.
Well, yes, we need to find food and water, and most importantly, how are we going? If we would go and visit some city to resupply, because we cannot do it here. Unless I'm wrong, she looks at Zalfriora.
Zalfriora shakes her head. We have water and we have fish, but preserving fish would take weeks.
Exactly,
Your best
and we don't
bet
have
would
time.
be to visit one of the nearby cities. If you choose to go eastwards, Asatoro is a major metropolis. You could acquire all the supplies you could possibly need there. You could go to Namrat, where we first met, but their supplies are meager. There are other options, of course, but
Indeed.
it depends on which direction you choose to go in. Going from here to the desolation likely means death.
I wouldn't, at least unprepared for sure. I wouldn't want to go back to Nomrat.
Well, we could go to Asatoro. I mean, that's on the way. Yeah, it's on the way to Mizrin.
But the problem is, we, other than no disrespect, Jimmy, you're much different now. A unique, rare jewel. People will ask questions, and and even more so, if we arrive at a Shuan, I would assume if we arrive in a Shuan city, in the aboard a flying ship, we'll be in trouble.
We just have to
too much attention to ourselves.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't want people trying to steal our boat, but we could just park it, outside the city, hide it somewhere.
I mean,
then
the
walk
city
in.
has. Does the city has any rivers? Is the ship waterworthy?
It is. It's currently resting on the surface of the water right now.
If I recall, Asatoro is a port city.
Yeah,
on that.
There's a river that runs around Asatoro and through it.
So we will have to approach in a distance, land without being seen, and then just sail our way to these cities. And even when we meet when we're going to deal with whatever pirates or whatever else, I assume that we have to do that. So that's fortuitous. It's good that it is water worthy. But we do need supplies. I think we do need to stop in a place like a Satoru or wherever else before we just make a decision.
Now, just to be
We need to
clear,
ask-
waterworthy is different than seaworthy. This thing
I
goes
didn't
out on
say
the ocean,
seaworthy.
right? This thing goes
didn't
out in the
say
ocean. You guys are
seaworthy.
capsized and done.
I didn't say the ocean. I said waterworthy.
I just have to clear that up now because if you guys
That's
get to
fine.
the ocean,
We have no intentions of, well, God willing, that's not gonna happen. God's willing, that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
I don't know how the citizens of Shu are gonna take me. They didn't really like me before. I was tolerated at best.
Zalpriora is going to speak up. Perhaps a disguise would be in order.
Well, how are they gonna disguise me?
Well, ogres exist. We could potentially disguise you as an ogre, make you as hideous as possible, cover you in large rags, and have a chain. Have you follow the party around.
So I will go as far as I will let you put rags on me in a chain, but I will not hide who I am.
Well, I think your overall demeanor, no offense, is fitting to that of an ogre's. But I think as long as you're willing
to be an ogre trooper,
you could be a up and coming growing ogre, or a troll, for that matter.
Remember, Shu is a matriarchy. Men will have a very hard time.
I don't think Warforged women look any different than I think we all the same looking.
She looks at you. The ones I remember were quite feminine.
Were they? Huh. Well, I got put with everybody they had, so I didn't see any difference in Akaru. We did fight a number of constructs.
You guys will remember that Janet was very, very feminine.
Janet was also an android as opposed to a Warforged, so they're a little different.
True, but
because yeah, that's fine. Jimmy's going from his perspective on the matter.
That's valid.
You know, just from
100% valid.
Well, you guys can throw a dirty cloak on me or something, and we'll need a big one.
To be fair, it's not uncommon for different sorts of magic users to be able to make and control constructs. I mean, why would we not be able to pretend that Jimmy is one of those?
Well, primarily, should any of the Josozai be involved, they would consider him an anathema.
Yeah, me and the Josozai will not get along.
It is.
It'll end in blood. Theirs, but it'll end in blood.
Either
Are
way,
you going to be able to control yourself if we come across the Josozai?
Listen, again, you guys can disguise me, but I am who I am. I will stay silent, but if they try anything, well, I give no promises.
I respect that, Jimmy. When I was traveling through Shu, I did not hide who I was. I was shunned for who I was, but I did manage to make my way around through means of deception.
Not a deceptive type, but in order for the rest of the group to attempt a peaceful journey through Asatoro, I'd rather stay silent and cover it up to not risk it.
Well, I believe that no matter who we come across in Shu, we should be able to handle our own.
Well, Asatoro is a very large city, full of very powerful people.
See
Well,
very
if you're
powerful
willing to-
people in this room right now.
I was
Zimmer,
Fair.
sold when I was sold from the Giants to into the slave trade. It happened in Asatoro, so I've got to.
Is there any other city nearby?
Not
We
of
only need
note.
supplies. We don't need anything else. We have wealth. We just need to buy supplies.
There are villages, small farms between here and there. You may find some individual houses. But if you
That's
seek for supplies for a grand journey, their supplies will be limited.
Well, I mean, it's only going to take a couple weeks at most to get to Mizrim. It's not that far,
That's a lot.
especially if we're moving as the crow flies.
I mean, we don't have 2 weeks worth of fuel in the boat, so we're not going to be moving as
Well,
the crow flies.
We do, because as long as we're not using it for propulsion and we're using the wind,
Well, yeah,
we have 80 days worth.
if we're going to the desert, though, there's not going to be a lot of place to travel the boat with the boat.
Well, that's why we should go to Asataro and then go to Mizrim.
Again, I'm not against it.
well, if
I'm
you're
just saying
willing,
that there are risks.
if you're willing to be disguised, I might be able to help disguise you.
Again, you can cover me in rags. You can cover me, but that's as far as I will go.
It's understood.
Breezy takes off her hat and puts it on Jimmy's head.
There we go. It won't work because he needs to attune to it, but
Yeah, well, yeah, she's just gonna say attune to it.
Jimmy just looks at you and goes, "Why would I do that?"
Because it's a hat of disguise.
I think that we should go the route of convincing people that he is a construct of ours. We don't need to hide who he is.
Oh, that's true. I could just say he's a golem I built, which isn't technically untrue.
we will depend.
Oh, I'd like to get a golem. What's like a manual of golem building?
We will depend highly on
Not
perhaps
that rich.
not necessarily myself so much because of my origins, but we will depend heavily on you, Breezy, to do majority of the talking and conversing with the locals.
You will still be higher rated than anyone else but Breezy in this group. So
Yes, but to them, I'm just a fairy.
yes, but you're a female fairy, which does actually add more still.
Perhaps.
Yep. As long as you're sentient, I haven't really seen much from normal people against fairies and things like that. As long as it's mostly just the sexism.
Either way, I think if we are any Shurian society that we approach, we need to have whatever we do, we need to have our stories buttoned up and nailed, so we don't risk not only our mission but our lives, especially our lives
Shoot.
of our friends. And she points at Jimmy and Tomo and everybody else.
I just don't tend to speak. I'm just not
Shuin,
tending to speak.
Shuin culture is not kind to anyone but human and elves.
Luminauts.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll just tell everyone that I own all you guys or something. It'll be fine.
I think we just need to.
Wouldn't
We
be
don't
the
need to
first
do it
time I
now.
had to deceive somebody.
It won't. Yes, I mean we don't have to do it now, but we do need to have our, we need to have our dots, I's dots and T's crossed. But I think we need to get the supplies, spend as little time as possible with any other Josasai or whoever is whoever it is that we speak to, and we make our way to wherever we want to go, whether it's the desolation or whether we go and see this merchant pirate.
I feel like a
Well,
venture straight to the desert from Asatoro could be fruitless without more information.
Yeah, we don't
We don't
know.
even know where the ruins are.
The desolation's huge.
It is.
We need to find out where the ruins are. Besides, like, just they're in the giant desert somewhere.
I unfortunately can only try a place I have seen before. People is a different story.
I think
If I
it's
have a
possible that
possession or something of theirs, I'm able to see someone. But places, I must have seen it before.
I think it's entirely possible that in a pirate cove we're gonna find more information.
Possibly.
So on to Asatoro then, with the premise that Breezy is our owner, except for you, Lumi.
Yeah.
All right.
I have no problems with that.
I'm assuming somebody knows how to fly this skiff thing.
I can
Let me
fly it,
point.
but I'm not a sailor, so I'm not going to be good on water.
Interesting. Does anybody know how to navigate a waterway on a boat?
Nope.
I
I watched some people.
don't-
I sailed up from Fluidin and I watched people do it. Of course, that was a much bigger ship with like lots of ropes and stuff.
Were you saying something, Deuce?
I have a thing for land vehicles. I didn't know if it applied to water vehicles. It's part of my racial feats. It's just like an extra D4, but I thought it applied to water.
No, if it's land vehicles, you get carts and wagons and chariots and rickshaws and all that stuff.
Yeah, some races can change
maybe-
that proficiency, but Warforged cannot.
So maybe
We could
we
touch
should
down
look
in
at
the
just
wilderness.
yeah,
That's another
and
option.
cover it up,
Some of us stay behind
disguise it,
to
maybe.
protect it.
It's gonna be big to cover up, but we could do it.
We could just land it right on the beach of the river and make it, outside of town, obviously, away from prying eyes, and just make it look like we just beached the boat right there.
How much of a river ship does it look like, Eric? Is it like, does it actually look like a standard river ship, or does it still kind of stand out by its kind of,
They're setting up the various bowsprits, the various arms for the sails, so that they can be easily removed by removing a pin.
Yeah, no. But what I'm trying to say is, like, because it is a magical skiff.
Yeah, it looks like a fishing boat, but with runes on the bottom side of it. As long as no one goes underneath it and looks at what's underneath it, if it's in the water and the water is all murky, which all rivers are murky, you're not going to find a clear river. But
Well, that's what I was more curious about. It's just like, does it look like a traditional ship, or does it stand out more?
It looks like it's a fancy boat, but it's not a, it's not a fancy yacht or anything like that. It looks like a fishing boat.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't want to be like, oh, look at that crazy magical fishing boat.
Not unless you get it up in the air, or someone goes underneath it for whatever reason, and no one does that.
Well, we could just sail it in and dock it, probably.
And of course, if you guys wanted to go the extra mile of disguising it, you can, but that's,
I feel like as long as we landed in the water, like on the beach, far enough away from Asatoro, like from prying eyes, that we won't need to disguise it because it'll just look like a boat in the water.
From a GM perspective, I'll just let you guys know, as long as you guys are taking it out or hiding it and having it go through the water to get in, I'm not going to mess with you guys.
That's the idea.
So as long as you guys go through the steps of not just flying it right into the city, you're pretty much okay. You fly it into the city, justifiably, you guys can expect me to absolutely mess with you guys.
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially in Astora.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that thing's going to get brought down and confiscated, and then it's going to become a Joseph vessel that roams the skies and kills mages.
The hypocrisy of the Joseph using arcane magic to hunt arcane things.
Of course.
The hypocrisy.
Uh-huh.
Amor never got a chance to destroy their city. He really wanted to, but you know.
Well,
we had
so which way is it to Asatoro from here?
Eastward.
Well, should we wait into the morning, or should we travel at night where we can be less likely to be seen?
Lumi like, well, Jimmy doesn't sleep. At least not traditionally. I'm sure we can travel at night to keep the sightings of the boat to as minimal as possible.
Well, and we should probably leave tomorrow morning, and it's going to be evening by the time we get to Asatoro.
It's going to be days and days. It's not going to be evening. We're talking like several days.
We just need to move the ship to the river and under nightfall, and then we can sail as normal.
Sleep during the day, travel at night.
Once we get in the water, we'll be fine. We have to travel to the water at night. It's a fishing boat. We'll sail it in. We'll look like every other fishing boat.
Yep.
Great. Except we don't have anybody that can drive a water vessel.
I'm not trained in it. It doesn't say I can't.
I can do it.
Or Breezy can do it. I just specialized in air travel. For some reason, I had that knowledge when I woke up.
So here's a question, GM.
Yes, sir.
It's an air vessel.
Yes, sir.
What's to say he can't just... It's the same concept of he's driving it in the water as he would be in the land or in the air.
Of all people...
Still a boat.
Of all people to ask me this question, sir, what is the difference between a missile and a torpedo?
One's got to be fair, one's got a rocket, the other one's got a prop. But
there's a lot of navigational differences between flying something through the air and driving something through the water. It's very different,
but not from the remote control aspect of it.
Jimmy will say, I could probably manage it, being that he is proficient in survival, and he does have guidance. But it's not. He's trying to tell you he could probably do it, but he's not promising you the world.
I definitely don't think Breezy driving the ship into the port when she's supposed to be our owner would look appropriate.
Why not? If you ever go look at any lake, who's driving the boat? The owner of the boat.
The captain.
Yep.
True. I just meant from like owner's aspect. Female,
but have you guys go working on the rigging?
Yeah, that works. That tracks.
Yeah. All right, Breezy, you'll drive. I'll make myself look like manual labor.
Okay.
Of course, that's like a week away. You guys got time.
It's not till we get in the water.
Right.
Awesome.
Cool.
We do that then.
So, you guys enjoy your dinner? Is there anything you guys wish to do for the rest of the day?
Well, it's evening time, so I finished my blacksmithing duty.
Yes, sir.
He
will provide you with as many nails as you'd like to take with you, sir.
I need.
Jimmy will take like 50 nails.
Okay.
Just for in case we need to repair the boat if something happens.
Okay. Cool. All right, add 50 nails to your character sheet.
No, that's the bottom here. Well, I guess for the evening, Jimmy is going to... What would Jimmy do? I don't think they're going to have books that he's going to be interested in here.
Okay.
Jimmy's just gonna go kind of sit on the dock and just kind of watch the water.
Okay.
He's gonna go be antisocial.
Cool. Yeah, the other books that were left at the bookstore were The Song of Dying Stars, The Ninth Betrayal, which was a memoir, Blood and Bone, which was the necromantic book, The Weeping King's Testament, which is a fictional chronicle of a ruler. There was a Rites of the Hollow Moon, which is a fiction about an occult involving werewolves. There was The Silk and Shadow War, which is a fictional romance novel. There's Echoes from Beneath the Mountain, which is a dwarven historian's record of lost subterranean civilizations. The Sealed Grimoire of Eltanar, which was a spell book bound in living flesh and set to whisper forbidden incantations. And The Stormcaller's Dirge, which is a poetic manuscript detailing the history of the people of Lostmoor.
Jimmy would be interested in like books of law right now, if
Okay.
anything.
So no.
So yeah, he's just gonna sit and be antisocial and kind of like, try to emotionally process what happened to him, because he's got a brave front, but he's still trying to figure it all out in his own head. So he's gonna go sit in the dock and be antisocial.
Lomi, while he's doing that, she's staying in the house. She will spend the rest of the day scrying a few locations.
Okay. Where are we scrying?
She will be scrying the room of the Bounding Shard.
Okay.
To see if there's been any changes or anything.
None.
She's doing that in the middle of the house. If anybody wants to look and see, they can. And if Zafira is interested, it's up to her. But she's just looking at the bounding room of the Bounding Shard. She will also check Janet and the archive.
She's still inactive. The room is completely dark.
Yeah. I can see through darkness.
Right? Nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed. Okay. She would have then rest for a while, so short rest, to then do another few more scrying. So she's going to scry at the exit of that we used to escape Akru.
Okay. It has collapsed.
Completely.
Completely closed. There's been a landslide.
Okay. So then she feels a little bit more relaxed about that. Then there's what else? There's one more place I wanted to scry at. If I remember, I'll tell you. But for now, those are the areas that she will scry to look at. She would not be scrying anywhere else in Akru, I think.
Okay.
But she would have told yeah, that'll be it for her for now. I'll think of another place I wanted to scry, but that's it.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Ready to go to bed, everybody?
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. So as we go to bed tonight, Tomo, are you once again on top of the roof, enjoying the breeze?
Yeah, I think so.
Tomo, as you drift off, your dreams shift, and you find yourself walking through a forest, a familiar one. You smell lavender and mint. It's a gentle breeze as you pass through the bamboo forest and come to a hut. As you walk forward, you can sense the stones under your feet, and you walk off of them into the grass to feel the blades of the plants between your toes. You step forward You can smell something in the air. You know something's wrong. Something's out of place. But you're too hungry to stop. You're in need. You're emaciated. You look down at yourself and your hands are shaking. You've been chased here. This is your only chance for refuge. And then you feel a hand on your shoulder. And you feel your entire body turned quickly to face a figure that you don't recognize. The silhouette of this man is backlit by the sun, and he leans forward. You lost, young man. And
I
you
don't
wake up
recognize this person.
in the morning.
Okay, and I did not recognize that person or that location.
You did not at the time in the dream, but as you wake up, you will recall your arrival at Abe Aranaka's hut.
Okay, so that was Abe Aranaka then.
Yes.
So this is, I'm just remembering how I met him. So I was chased to his hut? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I must have been a very, very young boy at the time then.
Yep. Because he had to reach down to grab your shoulder. You were probably 1 or 2 years old.
Okay, and what did he say to me there at the end?
He said, let me go back and see exactly what he said. Do you need help? I believe is what he said. I said it wrong. I'm wrong.
He said, do you need help, young man?
Do you need help, young man?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's just ruminating on that.
Yep.
As he wakes up.
Yeah, he did say young man. So, you wake up in the morning, another day is dawned. What do you guys want to do today?
I'm gonna roll my luck dice to recharge my Ruby coin of luck.
Sure.
I'm gonna guess. I always like to do it 3 at a time. It's more fun this way.
Okay.
So I'm gonna guess 1, 2, 2 here.
Okay.
I roll 3d2. Nope, I get 1 dice.
1 die.
I get 1 luck. Yep.
Okay.
So are we leaving today, or are we doing more work on stuff?
There's really not much I can do here. I mean, I could swing my sword around some more, but I mean, time's a ticking on that other lead, so we should probably be heading out.
Yeah, Zalfriora is going to come out. You really should get going. Your supplies are limited. We can provide you with 10 more rations, but that is all we have at the moment.
10 more rations in total or each?
10 more rations
I think
total.
In total, yeah.
That's 2 days food for you guys. Jimmy's I thought we were taking the boat out to the river at night.
That's when you guys arrive at Asataro.
Yeah. Because we can just fly above the clouds during the daytime and then no one will see us. And if we're really high up, I mean, we'll just look like a dot in the sky. So unless someone has, a scope or something.
So we're planning on going to the river and then just sailing up the river? Or are we like... I thought, maybe I'm confused. I thought the plan was we take the boat into the sky at night, we land it in the river.
So
up the river like
we need to look at the map for you guys. So there is no river between here and Asataro. The discussion of the river was you guys, when you arrive, go past Asataro, get on the river, and come up into the city.
Okay, yeah. I was looking at an older map.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay.
I mean, the map. Okay, wait a minute. Not an older map, but the map I can't zoom in on. I'll put it that way.
Ah, understood.
So,
You
I
need the
forgot where
magnifying
exactly it was,
glass to go zoom in on that. Yes, sir.
yeah, I was looking at the whole thing. I just searched up a map of Toivoa real quick because I wanted to make sure I spelled Asatoro right. That's all.
Yes, sir.
Asatoro, yeah.
All right. Well,
Don't die.
we can go ahead and do that. I'm ready to fly. Whatever. I'll just,
Cool. So, are you guys ready to depart?
Let's go.
Yep, as we're gonna be.
All right. As you guys make your way down to the boat, Zalfriora comes with you. She is going to come down to the side of the boat and help you guys get your belongings on board. Help you guys get everything done. She unties the boat from the dock, throws the line to you guys. If you need me, send me a message. I know that Deuce can do so. I will respond. Go with my best hopes and my dreams. When you find one of the leads and resolve it, let me know, and I will provide you with more information as to my current situation. Since you are going towards Miserim, I will search for more knowledge about the desolation.
It's not a
Okay.
great place. I'll tell you that.
I'm sorry?
Jimmy is saying it's not a great place. I can tell you that.
She nods. I understand. Regardless, you go with my blessing. Travel well and travel safe. And Breezy, don't touch the crystals.
Who told you about that?
She smiles. And the ship will start to levitate off. Jimmy, you driving another way?
I'm
No,
driving-
seriously. No, seriously, who told you about that? She's like hanging off. She's like looking over, hanging off the side. How'd you know about that?
She waves at you. And roll an insight check, Breezy.
I'm guessing she guessed.
Just knows breezy.
She just
Yeah.
yeah. You believe that someone tattled or snitched on you.
Yeah, someone snitched.
The fact of the matter is, she just guessed. It's warning you not to mess with them. All right. So, as you look suspiciously at the rest of the party for a moment, slightly disappointed at them sharing your embarrassment, you guys are able to rise up and fly over the Shuian forest. So, can I get a navigation check from Jimmerly?
Absolutely. So it will be.
Sir,
Are we
Five.
using the wind for this?
I presume
Yes.
so, once you guys get up on top. Yep.
Can I assist him in this action?
Yes,
By
sir.
trying to read the wind?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna cast guidance on myself as well. Just be a D. I'm gonna roll 2d20.
Okay.
It'll be
Thanks to the
plus
help
9.
action. Yep.
Yep, so I'll do that. So it'll be a 16 plus 9, 25 plus d4, a 4, so 29.
Easily sailing. How far up do you want to go, sir?
But Breezy said into the clouds, so I'm gonna go into the first layer of cloud, however high that is.
Okay. Couple thousand feet. Awesome.
Yeah.
So,
Don't fall off, Breezy.
if you guys fall off here at this point, it's going to be exceedingly detrimental.
That's one of the reasons. Can we see the ship again, please?
The
Boat?
boat?
We haven't seen the boat since last session, I suppose.
Sure. We can show you the boat.
Like to see. But how much it changed, I'm not really sure.
Sure. 1 second. Let me grab that for you.
You know, there's
Breezy's rolling to see if she's gonna die.
I'm pretty sure that's the rules, but I'm pretty sure it's death from this time.
So here's your boat.
Oh, tiny.
There's a half decent chance I survive.
But I mean, like that's just rules as written.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that goes, it's like touching lava, death. You know what I mean? Like it's just at several thousand feet up.
So this boat like has some like barrels, which kind of makes it seem like it's a very big boat, but ours is not. Like
Yours
we're all
is
kind
not
of
a
cramped in
massive
here.
boat, right?
It's
about 25 feet long.
So, being that this is obviously the highest that Nero has ever been, Nero is going to use some of his rope and tie it around his waist and tie himself off to something on the boat and try to hide that he's a little worried, concerned.
Afraid of heights?
it's gonna be fine.
Nero,
Says Breezy,
just
who
don't
almost
do it.
fell to her death last time she was on this boat.
My word of advice is just don't do anything Breezy does, and you'll be fine.
I appreciate the insight. I will do my best to not do whatever Breezy does.
Just do what Tomo does. They'll be safe for that way.
It's almost like
Breezy is
sitting
not-
cross-legged right on the front of the boat. It looks very precarious.
Nero would look at Tomo, look back at Jimmy, and go, "Yep, not doing that either."
Yeah, no. It was a general principle one there, but I don't advise that one either. Don't be wrong. I can drive this thing just fine, but
Yeah.
I can't say that we always have the most common sense as a group.
No,
Noted.
we haven't.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, that this is how it is.
So, just for the record, you guys are not technically flying over trees at this altitude. At this altitude, you're flying over aimer killers.
What? Aimer killers. What do you mean?
Yeah, the time he got impaled on a tree like a popsicle.
That did happen, yes.
Definitely not.
So don't fall off, please.
Yeah, Jim Roy does not have feather fall, so he's not planning on falling off.
Yeah. This is essentially
Jimmy creates a
instant death.
crater.
Yeah.
Rocket boots activate. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm traveling. I am not flying.
You're
I
not
am on the
flying.
ground. I am not flying. I'm on the ground.
Okay. So you're on board the boat, correct?
Yes, correct.
Understood.
Grounded.
I am too small. Should a strong wind pick up, I could be carried away. So she is not happy being here,
Right?
and she will probably stay somewhere to away from the wind and kind of just sit down and stay with Gallifrey and spend most of the time by herself unless somebody speaks to her.
Awesome.
Yep.
Cool.
Breezy just kind of stretch because we're you said we're 2,000 feet in the air. So
I
it's
heard a
pretty cold.
recommendation. I heard a recommendation of 10,000 feet, but I don't think people are wanting oxygen masks, and that's right on the
Yeah.
edge there.
Yeah, I think 2,000 feet is already pretty high, but Breezy, luckily, is dressed in cold weather clothes, so she's fine. She's actually really, enjoying the chillness of the air, and just the bright sunshine up here. But she will pull out her book and start reading it while we're traveling.
Okay. Cool. Anything you guys want to do while traveling today?
Not fall.
Jimmy's gonna steer the boat.
Okay. Deus?
Dave's will just kind of reading over his notes, reading over the ways and means of time,
Sure.
doing like his usual kind of like translations things. He'll have Fritz kind of poofed in next to him. Fritz will just wander around the boat, do whatever he wants.
Does he strut when he walks?
No, because of how high up and how windy it is, it's because he's so small, he's physically fighting the breeze. So he is like kind of like just slow trudging against the wind.
Okay.
And then whenever he's going with the wind, he just kind of rolls up into a ball and just lets himself get launched to the back of the boat.
Awesome. In that case, I need an acrobatics check for your little weasel Fritz.
Acrobatics. Bam.
Awesome.
That is a
No
20.
sweat. He's able to do this repeatedly.
Yeah, he's just kind of like running around. He'll slam into the back of the boat. He'll unpop.
Yep.
Trudge his way against the wind back to the front. Lather, rinse, repeat.
Okay. As he's having fun going up and down the boat slide, Mira, is there anything you're doing today?
Nero wants to engage his.
Something happened with your voice mod there.
It's using the voice changer.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was on earlier. Sorry. He wants to engage his psychic whisper
Okay.
and choose up to 4 characters, but he's only going to choose Jimaroli and say to Jimmy,
Buddy, this is Nero. Just so you know, this is an extra little effect I have the ability to do.
We can barely understand that. That's not coming through well.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult.
all right, I'll go back to that. Just do me a favor, but don't cry.
Okay. What is it you need?
Nothing. Just wanted to let you know I can communicate through basically telepathy. Just don't crash.
I was wondering why you touched me weirdly, but I guess that makes sense now.
All right. So you guys will sail for an entire day.
Lumi will try to see if she can. She looks at the horizon, and
Sure.
she's tries to see if she can see the horizon concealment effect.
Interesting.
Since we are this high, she's looking to see if the world is round.
She's
She's
going to
trying to
try
know.
to see if the
We're
world
only-
is round.
We're only 2,000 feet up. It's not that high.
Still, you can see it from the beach as boats come across in the horizon 21 miles away.
Yep.
We are 2,000 miles up in the air.
Not 2,000 miles up, 2,000 feet. up.
2,000 feet. We are still 0 feet water. You can see it 21 miles away. 2,000 feet or
So,
2,000 feet.
You
Yeah,
can
should be
see
able to
a
see
very
more.
faint curvature. It's not complete like you would expect here on Earth, but there is a slight curvature to it.
You think.
That's fine. The world is round.
It's
I
flat.
didn't say round.
The world has a curvature.
Yes.
To
That's it.
Asatoro. So
All right.
we're at 79 out of 80 days.
Cool.
That was it.
So, do you guys want to land for the night?
I mean, there's no need to. Jimmy doesn't need to. Wait, he does need to sleep, right?
Does need to.
Yeah,
sleep,
I need.
yeah.
It's
gotta
not
rest.
sleep. It's imagine something similar to trance, but
Okay.
he needs 6 hours. And so trance doesn't like you're not quite as like understanding of the world around you, but you're not fully asleep.
Yeah.
Jimmy needs 6
All right.
hours, but he's fully aware of everything around him.
In order for efficiency's sake, Breezy probably would have taken a long rest before, and when Jimmy is ready to quit, she'll take over. And in order to wait, hold on, no, that only works for an hour. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, she would. Yeah, never mind. I wouldn't. Well, I guess I could just recast it upon myself. So the borrowed knowledge, I only have 3 slots, and it cannot be upcast. Okay, so
We can just land and rest for a little bit.
yeah, I just
Sure,
thought
man.
I could if I could do it for 6 hours, then we wouldn't have to stop. But yeah, okay, that's fine. We can land.
Okay. Cool.
Jimmy's gonna find a little clearing to land in.
Sure. Does this one look good?
Any of them look good, to be fair.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Is that a little lake in the background there?
Yeah. Well, that's the sky.
Or-
Like right.
Oh,
right
yeah.
here.
The little foggy area. Yeah.
It's like a little pond or something.
Little
Yeah.
pond.
Great little place to camp. Get some water, stuff like that, people.
Awesome.
So Jimmy will land the ship there.
Cool. So you land your little sky ship here. Guys bed down for the night and everything?
Jimmy's just gonna go into sentry mode, the wheel of the ship. He's just gonna kind of just sit down and. Actually, not even gonna sit down. He's gonna do that. He's just gonna put his back against the back of the wall because he can't really. He can see in front of him. He can't really turn his head. So he likes being able to have this full field of view. So he's gonna put his back against the back of the ship and go into sentry mode.
Cool. While we're where we landed, can I do a nature roll to see if I can, if there would be any iron root in this area?
Okay.
Just based on the climate and all that stuff.
Sure.
Well, you know what? I'm going to spend my inspiration to re-roll that.
Very well. You consume Breezy's inspiration.
There we go.
With an 18, you can go searching for some iron root, and you'll find a iron root. Just one. It's got about 4 ounces of iron root on it.
Okay. So she knows they're native to this area.
They do exist. They're just exceedingly rare. You're on the borders of where they would be growing.
Okay. Okay. So fine. Sorry, I'm just reading for some reason. Iron with a stone. I don't have a mortar and pestle. All right, I'll just have to wait till later. All right, she'll just put that in her bag, and that's it.
Okay. Awesome. So, you guys set up a little campfire and to stay warm tonight?
Yep, just a little fire. Breezy's gonna go to bed.
Awesome. Cool. So, as the crackling of the campfire sends flickering shadows dancing across the trees, their movements swaying in rhythm with the whispering wind, the night air is crisp, carrying the distant hoot of an owl and the rustling of unseen creatures in the brush. The scent of smoldering wood and damp earth lingers as your weary bodies settle into the quiet lull of the night. Then there's a shift. Generally, can I get your perception check as sentry mode is engaged?
Absolutely. Perception.
Okay.
My perception still isn't that high, but I do get a regular one.
Understood. Generally, this is really subtle at first, but it's unmistakable. The ground beneath you seems to breathe slightly, as if something immense and unyielding is approaching. The rhythmic crunch of boots pressing into the dirt carries weight beyond their mere sound. Something is coming deliberately towards you. It's a certainty of one who refuses to be moved by the world, but instead moves through it on their own terms. Someone is coming through the trees.
Jimmy will wake up and he'll hop off the boat because I'm guessing people are camping very clear near it.
I would assume you guys are right next to the boat.
Yeah, he goes, "Hey guys, wake up! Wake up! Someone's
What?
coming!
What? We're in the middle of nowhere. What?
Someone's coming! Prepare yourself!"
Breezy.
It's not. I don't know if it's an enemy or not, but
Oh,
something
she
is
probably-
definitely coming.
Oh, she definitely took off her armor, so let me undo that in case this gets into a fight.
Hiding.
Yeah, Breezy stands up. Like, how far away are they? Like, can she hear this guy coming?
You can hear the figure coming, yes.
Oh, well, then in that case, she doesn't have time to put on her armor. She will cast mage armor on herself.
Okay.
Jimmy will walk towards the steps.
Okay.
Not like really leaving the clearing anyway, but more like he's standing in the way for when they do appear.
Sure.
And he'll be standing there with his hammerhead on the ground. And he's like resting his hands on the haft of it.
Sure. A figure emerges from the darkness at the edge of your firelight. A woman, clad in a tunic of red and worn leathers, her broad frame casting a long shadow behind her. Her presence is heavy, yet not oppressive, like a boulder resting in a riverbed, forcing the current to flow around it, rather than be swept away. Across her back, she has no sword, but instead in her hand she has a massive kanabo, its iron-studded surface worn smooth in places from years of use. Slung over one shoulder at the moment, she's got it effortlessly perched, as a traveler might carry a walking stick. The weapon's weight seems meaningless to her. She smiles at you as you approach, as you're standing there, and she stops. You are in the way. She nods at you in acknowledgement, looks carefully around. The road ahead is long, and the night is restless. Her voice is deep and steady as a mountain before a storm. If you hold no ill will, I ask to share your fire until dawn.
I hold no ill will. If you hold none, I see no reason not to allow you to stand by. I'm gonna insider.
Sure.
Yeah, I just did it. I just did it.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Jimmy's doing it too.
Go ahead, Jim,
Jimmy's there. I also rolled an at 20, so.
We
Yeah.
All right. So, does anyone else want to roll insight? Holy crap, guys.
Wow.
What the? Okay.
Okay, no, hold on. I gotta get in
We
on
got to
this.
get into this, yeah.
Oh, you know, I rolled
That's
a
pretty
15.
solid.
I was really hoping for a 1, but
I know. All right. So we're just going to screenshot this little thing here. We're going to take that and we're going to drop that right into the Discord, as we got 3 natural 20s right there on the insight check of this woman. She is...
Our entire group is the Fry meme right now, just squinting eyes at this person.
She returns the squint. Her gaze meets yours, calm, measured, as if reading the foundation of your soul in a single glance. She does not demand or plead. Like the earth beneath your feet, she simply is. A force of nature walking the road between worlds, bound to no master but her own unshakable will. She's honest. She just wants to have a campsite, and she saw your fire and is asking to be able to stay near it until dawn.
Jim Rowley, well, he doesn't really trust women. It's the demeanor he's finding. He finds it similar to his own in a sense. And so that's kind of why he's not being quite as cautious about it. He senses, I guess, a kindred kind of, not quite the same worldly thing, but just the, like, walking their own path, doing their own thing. And he'll nod and hook his hammer onto his belt and be like, this way. And he'll walk her to the fire.
She travels in a straight line, the same one that she had started in. Now that you are not in the way, she continues straight to the fire, and kicking a downed log into position, she will sit down, still in the same line. Thank you.
we should also mark off 5 rations for the dinner we ate today at the Spire, presumably.
Yep.
We got 2 days, so yeah. Not a day, it will be gone.
She looks at
came
you.
with 5
I
rations,
thank you
by the way.
for the kindness of your fire.
Well, you're a very straightforward and honest person, and I appreciate that in its own right. It's rare to find these days.
As are skyships.
Those are probably rare. Jimroy kind of let off a small chuckle.
It may even be rare to see somebody like Jimmy here in his current form.
She seemed very uncaring of that, which is part of the reason I let her go by without much questioning. There's something about the soul in this one that just is, and I can appreciate that.
I have seen constructs before.
Wow.
You've seen skyships and constructs? That's...
I have not seen a skyship.
Oh.
I have seen constructs, but none that have been quite so polite.
Yep.
Well,
It's, well, he's mine, so, I have to make sure he's polite when we're in Shu,
Indeed. Are you their matron?
Yes. Hold on.
greet you.
Haha, best liar in Toivoa.
She cannot possibly succeed, so she will not bother rolling.
So, what's your name?
I am Akamizu Rinko, samurai of the solid ground.
You type that for us. I'll make a note. Thank you.
Tomo, please roll a history check. Tomo, you've never heard, unless you have advantage.
I do not have advantage.
Okay. You've never heard of samurais of the solid ground, but it may trigger an association with the Yokazi way.
Yeah, I mean, just out of respect, he'll say, "Well, my name is Isana Tomodachi, student of the Yokazi way."
She looks at you and stands. Then you challenge me.
Did I?
You declare yourself a renegade.
Eric, would Tomo know enough that the Yokazi way is supposed to be a renegade?
No,
Or is just,
he would
he's
not.
aware?
Not with the 10.
Okay.
And not everyone would consider the Yokazi way to be renegades. She does.
Yeah.
And we're giving that to you guys because of the ultra high insight checks that we've done. I'm not saying you don't know. This is a case of, from her perspective, she views him as a renegade.
Yeah, sure.
Can I ask a quick question before you guys decide to fight?
She looks at you, looks at Tomo. Shall we pause?
I didn't know we had begun. Yes, we can pause.
She nods. You may ask your questions.
I was simply curious. Don't samurai normally use swords?
She looks at you sternly.
No.
No.
Oh, that's why I'm asking a question, because I only know one, and that's that guy, and he has a sword. So I like hammers and things like that. So just curious.
No.
But you guys can have your business now. That was my only question.
The samurai may use weapons of whatever type. The Yokazi use the wind. Those of us of the solid ground typically use mauls or fists.
can appreciate that. Thank you for the insight. Just, random curiosity here. It's not really my business in the samurai world, but, I'm always interested in various weaponry.
She gives you a curt 1-inch nod.
Oh, you guys, wake me up if you need me. I'm gonna go back and to rest. And so Jimmy will then he says that and his eyes turn off. Like that's his signification of rest mode is the golden light in his eyes kind of slowly fade, like you unplug a light and it goes weird. And then he's just leaning against the boat like that.
Tomodachi, student of Aba Aranaka.
Someone raises an eyebrow.
Why are
know
you
the
here?
name. I am here because the winds carried me here.
And the ground has welcomed you. For now. Are you ready to test yourself?
As a student of the Yukazi way, I accept your challenge. I'm sure it will be a great learning experience.
She nods. And we're going to go ahead and come over here. Here we go. Going to go ahead and roll for initiative.
Jimmy would be about right here resting against the boat.
Understood. And I should have a campfire in place for you guys. Let me get the campfire.
Just remember, Jimmy did say if you need him just to call for him, because he's watching and listening, but he doesn't want her to realize entirely that he can do all of that while he's asleep.
Yep. So campfire would probably be right about there. So we're going to put that there. I'm going to give you guys 20 feet of bright light and 20 feet of dim from the campfire. All right.
Mind me, could you allow me to see through Gallifrey's senses, please?
Sure. One moment. There we go.
Thanks.
And she was on the edge of the firelight at the log. So, we're going to bring up the initiative tracker here. Just so that I have it. Get out of the way.
Do you want all of us to roll initiative or just Tomo?
If you want to get in the fight, that's up to you. You look at Tomo. What does Tomo express at the moment?
He's not looking to anybody for help. He assumes that this is a one-on-one duel, like the past one that he said.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was assuming. I mean, the only way I'm getting involved is if she's going to try to kill him.
Okay. So.
Real quick, Eric, I have a question about a feature that I can do. So, with the Gloves of Walking Shade, it says I can use an action to become a living shadow, but it doesn't give me a time duration.
I will have to look that up. For now, let's go ahead and just let it be for... Let's do an hour for now until we go back and look at it. You cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Until I look at it later. I'll put it on my list of things to check. Alright.
If you'd allow me, as an action before their fight starts, I'm just gonna shadow form.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna kind of hide in the darkness.
You're gonna step up to the
If you'll
side?
allow me, Eric, I'll just move like over here for the start.
Sure. She does not move away from the start. Alright. So, as you face off against this woman, she is going to look at you, and she prepares and waits. So, what would you like to do, Tomo?
Oh, okay. He will see her just assume a defensive stance. He'll kind of give a little grin And he will bonus action spend a key point to do patient defense.
Okay.
And then he will run at her and draw his blade.
Okay. And as you approach her, she stomps on the ground when you get to... How far away? You get to within 30 feet of her. So here. She stomps the ground, and I need you to make a strength saving throw of a DC 18 or be knocked prone and knocked 10 feet away from her. You're able to continue. Go ahead.
Yeah, just as she stomps the ground, he'll just kind of like kick off and just kind of like float through the air at her as he's drawing his blade.
Yep, as the ground beneath her just waves out past, it softens and laps up against Jimmerly and Deuce's feet. She stands there, raises an eyebrow as you continue your advance.
One swing of the blade will do cold damage with this.
Okay. As you strike her, you will deal 24 damage to her, as the blade does cut her across the arm.
Okay, and he'll use that momentum to swing around into a roundhouse kick.
Okay. And that will hit as well, dealing 11 damage to her.
And that triggers his agile parry. He now has 25 AC.
Awesome.
And he is dodging until his next turn. That is it for my turn.
Cool. She looks at you, well struck. And she is going to shift her stance, and she changes where she's standing. She places both feet on the ground into a solid position. She has achieved the mountain stance. She raises her kanabo and is going to attempt to strike you. And for some reason, the way that it formatted this, I will have to roll the bonus off of this manually. Oh, no, I don't. There it is. All right, so the bonus is here. A 27 with disadvantage, correct? So a 25 to smash you first.
That still hits.
Okay.
Just barely.
Yep. This is the first of 3 strikes. The first strike here will deal 29 bludgeoning damage to you.
Very nice.
And I need you to roll a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. As you are knocked prone,
I am prone.
She takes the kanabo and raises it once again and brings it down. That's the damage, I'm sorry. Should have been to hit. A 23, because you're prone, that's a straight roll.
Okay, just roll to the side a little bit. My AC is 25, so it misses.
Okay, and the third strike will be a 27.
She should have advantage.
But he's dodging.
Oh, okay.
So it's advantage, disadvantage, so straight rolls. So 27 to bludgeon you, sir.
Yeah, that hits.
And this one is going to deal 22 bludgeoning damage.
Yep, Tomo will just like cough up some blood.
She looks down at you. You struck well. What would you like to do, Tomo?
He's dying. Oh my god. So much damage.
Yeah, you struck even better. Very impressive. He will...
So you're still prone.
Yep. He is going to use Fighting Spirit bonus action. No, never mind. He's going to use a Key Point Patient Defense bonus action.
Okay.
And he will try to kick off the ground and do like a rising kick at her.
Okay. As you begin your movement, she's going to use her reaction and try to stomp the ground. Need you to roll a strength saving throw of a DC 20 or be knocked prone, causing
She's
that
gonna
natural
kick my
1.
ass.
All right. So you were able to stand up, but the ground did shake enough to prevent you from striking her.
Yep. Okay. And he will slash at her. His
Okay.
other attack.
And you will strike her, dealing 20 damage as your blade cuts her on the other arm. She doesn't wince. You see that her training has taught her to ignore the pain. It hurts, but she's not going to express it.
Yep. And he's going to use his action surge to do another couple swings.
Very well. All right. So that's going to be 22 plus an additional 20, so 42 additional damage to her. As you cut her quickly, she looks at you. You were learned well from Abe Hiranaka.
Swiftness versus strength. Let's see how this pans out.
That's
it for my turn.
You might see her irises flare with a little bit of a smile, but her lips and face express nothing else. Her stoic demeanor is unbreakable. So, at the start of her turn, she's going to stomp the ground again. This ground is forming just wave after wave of just earthquakes coming from this woman. Need you to roll a strength saving throw of DC 20 or be knocked prone.
I am prone.
She looks down at you, raises the kanabo again, and brings it down. A 23 to bludgeon you, sir.
She has disadvantage, and I have 25 AC.
Okay, so
this one does not hit.
Well, you went prone, so it's a straight roll, but it doesn't hit regardless.
True.
So, second strike will be an 18, that will miss you, and the third strike will be a 24. As you manage to roll around, the kanabo strikes are thundering down into the ground. Wham! Boom! Crunch! What would you like to do, sir? Any one of those could have been it.
Yeah, she hurts. We're gonna do the same thing again. Bonus action, patient defense to dodge.
Okay.
Then a rising kick.
She raises her foot, but instead of stomping into the ground, she catches this, and you stab into her thigh as you deal, or the rising kick, you kick into her thigh, dealing 8 damage, and she's going to counter strike with a Earthbreaker Smash. A 19 to strike you misses. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll move into a slash now.
Okay. A 15 misses as your blade slides along the side of her club.
Yeah, he'll just be like, your training is impeccable.
Your expression of wind is good.
Okay, that's it for that turn.
All right. It becomes her turn. She takes the kanabo again, raises her foot, and this time the foot charges with thunder. She raises it up, and in one massive heave, you watch her stomp the ground, and instead of the wave going outwards from her foot around you to try to knock you prone, you watch all the energy from the ground around her coalesce back into her foot. You watch the vibrations rise from her foot all the way up her spine and into her arms, which swell with muscles. The kanabo becomes charged, and as it vibrates, she raises it and brings it down. A 19 will miss you. She swings it around, trying to catch you sideways like a baseball swing, with a 25 to strike you, sir. You're currently dodging, though. right?
Not
Oh, but I'm
yet.
prone, right?
Oh, you are.
No, you're
No,
not.
you're not. She did knock you prone this time.
Oh, yeah. True.
So the 15, as you matrix behind this, you lean backwards. The Kanabo raises up and attempts to come down flat upon your chest with a critical strike.
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage is a 26, sir.
That hits.
This one is going to deal extra damage as she releases the thunder upon you, dealing 36 damage, and I need you to roll a strength saving throw or be knocked prone and 30 feet away. You hold your ground here, and she looks at you. Do you yield?
Well, no one needs to die here today, but I'm not done yet.
Go ahead. It's your turn. She nods. So be it.
Okay. Man, she does a lot of damage. I can't really heal enough to withstand another hit, so I think I just need to keep going all out here. So we'll do bonus action key point patient defense again, and we'll say that I just like slide around behind her here and
You moved.
give her
Okay,
a-
she's going to use her reaction
Oh,
to
great.
stomp the ground. So I need you to roll a strength saving throw of a DC 20 or be knocked prone. You are knocked prone as you do so.
So what, I'm prone like right here as I
Yes,
try
sir.
to move faster or something?
Yep.
Oh, well, okay, then I'll use half my movement to stand
sir.
up again.
And continue it.
And,
Understood.
Behind her, okay.
Yep. She just got to jump through the hoops of her script.
Yep, he'll kind of like do like a kip up thing from the ground there and do a kick as he's righting himself.
Okay. Unarmed strike critically misses.
No luck. Okay, we'll do a slash now.
Yeah,
You can have my inspiration if you want.
You want to take Lumi's inspiration here, Tomo? Or are you going to do
Lumi
this
is,
yourself?
Yeah, it's up to you.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay. Then no inspiration.
All right, so the ground was too soft, and when you tried to kip up, you missed. The second time, the sword slips in the loosened earth. She parries it with a kanabo. She looks extremely confident at the situation.
She should be. That's it for my turn.
She looks at you. You have fought well, but the earth does not move. And
yeah, he's just like spitting out blood, and he's like, and I've learned so much.
With a non-lethal strike, she's going to take the end of the kanabo and jam it right into your stomach.
I am dodging right now.
Okay. It does not matter. And she's not using she's not using the thunder strike, so she will deal 16 damage to you, which will knock you unconscious. She puts the kanabo down on the ground next to you and looks over at the party members. He will live. And sits down on the log.
Yeah, Breezy will go up to Tomo, and she will pull out the staff of healing, and you know what? Might as well. It's gonna be a new day. How much can I upcast to cure wounds? I have no idea.
I mean, we're taking a long rest, so like, you know, you just need to make them conscious, ultimately.
Cast a spell using a spell slot. 1d8
Here,
for so.
I'll
1d8,
just
so
do a medicine check on him just to stabilize him.
I'll cast it at
He's
5th level,
stable.
so that's a.
He's not dying.
Yes. Yeah. She'll cast this 5th level heal wounds, so
Okay.
roll 6d8.
Cool.
6d8 plus 5.
Yes, sir. All right, you cover 30 hit points, Tomo, and are conscious. She's sitting with her back towards you on the log.
Do you want some healing too, Miss? What was it? Miss Rinko?
She looks at you. I would accept the kindness.
All right. And then she's going to do the same thing for.
But he needs it more.
Oh, I can sleep this off. Headache might make it a little bit difficult, but I'll be fine.
Yeah, he's tough. That's why he's very definitely working for me.
You have employed a good mercenary. He has been trained well.
Yep.
He'll look down at Breezy and say, I'm sorry I couldn't perform better, matron.
That's all right. That's what practice is for. Oh,
That's
I
right.
mean...
I did learn quite a bit from you, Miss Rinko.
Wait, hold on, I gotta... If you fail me again, I will...
She looks at you and flashes a glare of intimidation at you, Breezy. And we're going to need you to roll a wisdom saving throw to beat a 30.
Who?
To continue your statement. The woman
who
here,
is?
as you're about to chastise Tomo, she's glaring at you, trying to scare you into not chastising Tomo.
What do I need to do? Wisdom
saving throw to beat a 30.
Oh, I don't think that's possible.
So her stone-like stare, it's possible with the nat 20 in this group. But she checks you as you were about to chastise Tomo. She just gives you a look. You know it would be wrong at this moment to chastise Tomo for his performance.
Well, okay. Well, she doesn't seem to be able to pick up on the obvious. Like Breezy's like, good job, but also, but oh wait,
she's not insightful, but she's intimidating.
Yeah. All right. Breezy will, however, bop her with the remaining 5 levels of the Staff of Healing.
She looks at you. Why are you doing this?
Because it's polite.
Okay, she will recover 31 hit points.
Oh no, that was everything in the staff, so I gotta roll 1d20. Oh, it's fine.
You're good.
All right.
Okay. She nods at Tomo. Have you learned?
I have learned some ways that strength can be applied. I was not familiar with the way of the solid ground, but will not forget it.
Roll an intelligence check up across the top. Tomo, let's see if you learned something.
Ah.
Do you have advantage on this for any reason?
No, I don't.
Does anyone have an inspiration he can use on this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Jimmy give us inspiration.
Okay.
The duality of man.
All right. So with an 18, you didn't learn more about the Yokazi way. However, you do learn the unshakable stance from Miss Rinko. So go ahead and add the unshakable stance feat to your character sheet.
Okay. I didn't defeat her, but I will take it.
And as you guys sit here, sharing a campfire tonight, that's where we're going to end. And we'll come back next week to discover what else lies beneath fallen skies. As always, guys, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. There's a ton of amazing ones out there, and I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. Do check out the FYI channel in Discord. Check out the Patreon over at patreon.com/GMEric. And we've got a ton of new announcements coming up, including the ability to listen to these episodes as podcasts over on YouTube. we're going to try to get them out to other sites soon, so be ready for those. Otherwise, thank you so much. We are going to go ahead and end here. For those on Twitch, thanks for coming and hanging out. We are going to go raid someone, so please stick around for a few moments so that we can raid with as many people as possible. We'll be back tomorrow night with a rerun, because tomorrow night the Spirits End Fellowship, the former Spirits End Fellowship, are going to be doing a session 0, and that's a private thing. So we're going to be doing a rerun tomorrow. Otherwise, guys, have a wonderful night. Please stay safe, and we'll catch you guys later.